Zombie.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
You could take it a step further.
It's a male fantasy. I want to say it's Chicharone.
Can't believe
I don't look like Bane anymore when I'm going to be talking.
Swear to God, it felt like I was drinking this beer for 2 hours.
that. And
Yeah, that's cool.
it's a scam.
Did it
Stuff.
touch you? Did it touch you?
Yeah, it made me feel things.
Should we let everyone else in on the conversation? If it's too loud, they just turn it down, right?
Perfect sandwich. Beautiful.
Hello,
Hey.
everybody.
Welcome back to the sandwich.
How'd you like that new intro?
I loved it. My God, how
It was
long did that
great.
take you?
Oh, about like 30 out. No. How's everyone doing today?
Oh, pretty good. We're back after another 2 weeks. My fault again for I had to work every 5 weeks. So hopefully next, I don't think I have to do it again until August. So hopefully knock on wood.
Nice.
We're good to go.
We can work on that wood.
Yeah.
As always, I am John Man.
Yes, I am Eric.
And I am John Kidd. John Ladd.
So we just kind of had a major holiday, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Which we all spent together because we are actually friends in real life.
Yeah,
This isn't just an act.
it's not like Adam Savage and Jamie
Yeah,
Hyneman where
no.
they work really well together, but they hate each other.
We
I
all
was
work,
contractually obligated to show up.
we all work hard and we play even harder.
Sure do, man. What are we drinking today?
I don't know. What are we drinking
Looks like
today?
we're doing the Mac and Jack Classic.
You
Yeah.
gave this to me.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
It's the go-to beer.
Yeah, it's welcome. It's a welcome change from our last episode.
Yeah, I always find myself like, if it's not something like I've never tried before, it's usually Mac and Jacks.
Yeah.
So sorry guys, we are not drinking anything new today. Last episode we were drinking some
It was disgusting.
some
Piss water.
Piss
Pretty much.
water.
bathroom beers, man.
Water piss.
Yeah,
Slightly alcoholic.
kind of alcoholic. Yeah. So I
It's
guess
like some water that you would find in a bucket in
Name
the
only.
forest.
It's alcoholic in name only. It wasn't a real beer.
Yeah. It's just, I guess, back in the day, that's what they used to drink.
Alcohol.
Those brewers ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Well, everything was worse in the past,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. We did have a. I'll bring that up later. Sorry, I don't know if I could talk about that. Anyway, so it's been 2 weeks. What have you guys been up to other than that awesome holiday?
Well, dog. So we had a Thanksgiving at my house. I mean Thanksgiving. We had 4th of July. So you can see where my head's at right now. We had a 4th of July celebration at my house. We had fireworks. We had a barbecue.
Yeah.
The Johns were both there with their significant others, family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good evening. I had to work Friday, which was unfortunate. And then yesterday I went to one of my girlfriend's friend's house, and like they work for Microsoft, and I believe they work on the whole Minecraft stuff over there, and they have like a big 3-story like ranch house, and they have like a big old all this land.
Oh wow.
And, yeah, we went
It's
up there and
wildly
we had a lot of fun.
successful.
I had a couple drinks, had some burgers. It was very nice.
How were the burgers?
Burgers were good.
Nice.
But I did. They weren't like how we did them. So I learned a lot actually this 4th of July from John on barbecue etiquette and just how to get the coals really nice, and even how to build something basic like a fire, like for the fire pit.
Yeah.
I thought your whole stacking method was very nice. It worked out very well. Burned for a long time. It was. I learned a lot, I think, these past couple days.
You got woke?
Yeah, I got woke.
As the kids say?
Yeah, and I think I changed for the better. I'm a better person for it.
Sometimes it's nice just to see other people's point of views on how they build fires and how they barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
That's
like
fun.
I might have over imbibed a little bit yesterday, but it was very purposeful. Yeah. Whereas you said that you got drunk not on purpose yesterday. It was an accident.
Well, I mean, I guess
fell
it's
into
never an accident, but you
slipped and fell.
You kind of hope for a
inebriation.
calm night, and you're just going to
Handle
drink
a
a
jack,
few, and
just
all of a sudden it's 12
went
o'clock,
right in
and
my
you've been
butt.
drinking for 6 hours.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean? It's like one of those. Oh, it's probably going to be an early night, and
Yeah.
it ends up not being an early
Oh,
night.
for sure. Yeah. I called it quits when I got home, but like I was, up until then, you got the sun beating down on you too.
Well,
Takes a lot out of
it's
you.
kind of hard when you're at home to call it quits.
Yeah, it's true.
See, that's what I love about drinking at other people's houses, because when you leave, you're good and done. But when you're at home and you have all the beer and people are at your house drinking with you, it's like, I just can't leave.
Yeah.
I can't leave my own party.
I'll say one thing. Mrs. John Man did not raise a quitter. That's what this is about.
Yeah. No quitting here. How's your weekend, John?
It was good. I got a computer and I've just been playing games on it.
That's killer.
And not speaking to anybody or going outside at all.
Yeah, I could tell. I mean, you're a little white in the face.
A little pale. Is that your secret on how to? Because he is Latin by nature.
Yeah, that's how I blend in.
Do you just
so I can get jobs and work in corporate America.
That's why I moved out here, because all the overcast. I was hoping it'd white me up a little bit. I don't know if it works. But
that's what happened to me.
I could be darker.
I could just go outside in Texas for like a few minutes, darken me up a little bit. Yep. But here you gotta like wait for the sun to come out.
Yeah, you gotta work for the sun around here, man. Mm-hmm. That's why everyone's so happy in summertime, because there's no sun, like 3/4 of the year it's overcast, So once you get the sun, everyone's happy, joyous, like loving life. But you know what? They say that the summer doesn't start till the 5th of July up here in Seattle, right? It is now the 7th of July, and it is still not summer. What is going on?
Right? I don't know, dude. Well, like we had a couple nice days. Like
a couple.
We had a couple. 4th of July was a little bit shoddy. It definitely heated up towards the end of the day.
But I looked at the week's forecast, and it's supposed to rain twice next week, and it's not supposed to get above like 72.
That's great. I love that.
I mean, it's nice, but sometimes like I need a little color on this skin.
Right. Want to go to the lake and not be super cold.
Yeah, I have like the hard top off and the doors off on the Jeep, and it's just like it's in the morning, it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
Like even up into the afternoon, then I get off work and it's still a little chilly.
A little nipply out.
Yeah.
I heard that's where the whole Seattle fashion craze went from with the flannels. Is because like a lot of folks, it's so cold in the mornings and it tends to burn off.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you can like roll them up.
Yeah, people
roll them up and
put it around your waist. That's where the whole fashion came from.
Necessity. Versatile.
Yeah.
There is, the Seattle flannel craze is still alive and well though.
It is.
Like everyone loves flannel around here.
I see him.
Yeah.
I see him around.
You guys wear flannel?
The flannel and the beanie.
I think I own one flannel shirt. I think I do.
I have a couple of flannels.
It's green, but it's not like the flannel,
like the thick one.
The thick one. It's not that. It's very thin.
Yeah, more like a dress flannel. So, what movie you guys going to today?
We're trying to do Spider-Man: Homecoming, but
is that already out?
That's
Far From Home.
Oh, Far From Home.
Oh, nice.
Sorry about that.
Shit.
I bought tickets. I bought tickets on Friday for today, and turns out actually the tickets that I bought were for yesterday, the 6th. So I totally missed the whole show.
Yeah, you missed it.
Yeah.
So the people sitting next to you for your seats
I got
that
day
were probably like, what the fuck?
I got an email on the way, or when I first got here to John's house, I was checking my email. And it's like, oh, hope you enjoyed the show. And I'm like, man, what is that? What is it trying to say?
So is it pretty hard to get a refund if you didn't go? Or is it kind of a wash?
I hope not. I hope it's not a wash because, it's like, friggin', for all the tickets I bought, it's like $60 or something.
What time are you guys going to the show? What time are you guys going to the show?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know if I can get tickets because it's opening weekend. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I kind of blew it.
Oh, man. What time were you supposed to go to the show?
We're supposed to go at 3:50, but it's a wash, man. Oh, well.
That's a bummer, man.
Oh, well. Anyway, I should probably take advantage of, I'm an AMC Stubs customer.
Uh-huh.
So if you go on Tuesdays, every Tuesday is $5 Tuesday.
Well, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, so it's a lot cheaper. Probably should just do that then.
Do they still have that? I don't think it's AMC, but it's kind of like the Netflix of tickets. You pay a monthly subscription and you get to go to any movie you want.
They do. I think I have, I'm a Premier customer. The one above that, I forget what it's called, is I think it's like 3 movies a week. You get to go see.
Oh, wow.
And it's like you pay like a flat price every month, and then you can see 3 movies a week.
3 movies a week. You can see every movie that comes out.
Yeah. I'm really excited about that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I want to check that out.
I mean, but you really have to use it or else you're just wasting your money.
Yeah.
But plus, you have a family, and you can't take that's like a single man's game right there.
Yeah, it's a single man's game. It's not good for you and the whole family.
Yeah.
It's just you.
No. But, I guess if you want to get away, be like, I'm going to go see a movie.
Yeah. I did that for a while, though. I used to do that, like just to go see movies by myself, especially like a lot of theaters they have out here. They have bars in them.
Yeah.
So like if you go to like when I was living in Seattle, we had this place called Cinnabar, which is maybe like down the street from me. You can go there. You can have a meal. They'll come serve you while you're like, they have, tables there in the theater. They come serve you, full bar, whatever you want. You can just hang out there. Tickets are only like $6 to a piece. They get you at the concession.
Oh yeah. Well, at least you don't have to pay too much for the movie though.
Yeah.
That's how McMinimum's is. Have you been in that theater in Baltimore?
I've been to that one.
Place is
pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah.
That's where I saw Thor. I like that place because they will have
Didn't we see it there?
yeah, we saw it there.
That was awesome.
They'll have like rebranded drinks and stuff. So it's like they'll have like a Mjolnir mule or something if you go see Thor or something. Stuff like that. It's cool.
It's definitely a cool place. I've seen a few movies there. I mean, there's nothing, I just
the one
love...
time I went, my light
tots.
was broken, so I couldn't read any of the menu.
Oh, really?
I had no light. It was just pitch black darkness.
I threw out that we should go to McMinimum's instead. But yeah, I don't think the showing's till like 6.
I think McMinimum's there's even less of a chance.
Emily's like all concerned with time and getting people to bed.
She'd be like, don't you know it's summertime?
Right.
Living easy.
So are your kids still on like a pretty good bedtime schedule during the summer too?
So yeah, how we work it out is we'll have dinner. Trent usually on his school schedule. My youngest son is like 7. He'll go to bed at 7:30 on school days, but for the summer we've bumped that up to like 9 o'clock. So the rule is everybody in bed at 9.
You get him in bed at 7:30.
Yeah.
Props to you.
Oh yes, that's how
Good job.
Nice. So even now that we've bumped it up to 9, he's still like used to 7:30. So right when we get him up, he's pretty much one story and he's like out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is nice. So everybody in bed at 9. No excuses. Like you can take your devices up if you want to, and you can play with your device in your bed. And
but
then,
just don't bother me.
Yeah, just don't bother me at all. And then I go collect devices at 11. I usually take them at 9, but we bump that up because of summertime, so now they can keep it till 11. But then I'll go collect them all, then everybody goes to bed.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
It seems like you guys are pretty lenient when it comes to the schedule. It's nice.
Yeah. Well,
go to bed at 9. Play with your devices for a couple hours.
I don't even have a schedule.
Yeah. It's important. It's important to have a routine for when you're raising children. I think.
Yeah. Maybe I just don't remember the schedule. I probably did.
I don't think I
was
did as a kid.
Super young.
Like the kid, we won't put like TVs in their room or anything. Like they have an issue with screens and stuff, so we try to keep screens at a minimum. Especially with Trent, tends to get him angry, like video games and stuff. Yeah,
it's just high. It gets kids high strung, man.
Yeah, so we try to cut that, especially before bedtime. We don't want to get them all stimulated before bed.
Right.
Slap that out of their hands.
Well, it's like when we were kids, at least when I was a kid, like having like more than one TV was luxury.
Yeah, for sure.
So there wasn't TVs in every single room. We didn't have smartphones. I had a Nokia brick.
Yeah, I didn't have.
It was a family mobile phone. Yeah, I didn't have like my own cell phone plan until I was like 18, 19.
Yeah, we had a TV in our room, but it was like one of those small little. It might have even been black and white. I don't know. We had that, and then the old school Nintendo. Just like I had it on the desk.
I mean, they didn't even have flat screens when I was growing up.
Right.
I don't think.
Wait, hold on. They had flat screens, but the back of the TV was like this big, like one of those projection TVs.
Yeah, and the piece of glass in front of it was like 8,000 pounds.
Yeah.
The most legit day of my life. My mom, she was a car salesman, and they had like some kind of contest between them, and like 1 month she won like the big prize, which was a big like DLP, big screen
projection.
TV, projection. But yeah, they're all like the screen's flat, but it's like this thick in the back and stuff. Yeah.
And they're still not high def.
No, they're not high def.
They actually look worse than the smaller TVs.
We had a DVD though, and I remember the first DVD I think we got was The Matrix, and we watched it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It had that cool case too. Do you remember the case?
Yeah. I remember just being blown away.
Well, did you ever go back and watch like a standard definition TV show or whatever, like on
where it's all square?
Where it's all square, and it's like, did it really look like this bad? Like, so I'll watch some like YouTube videos of like old sports and stuff. I was like, I don't remember it looking this shitty.
Right.
I could barely make out the name on the jersey.
Watching Yu-Gi-Oh on Netflix that came out in like 2003, 2002, or Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my god, it looked like even the high def scans that Netflix gets still looks pretty bad.
Yeah,
it's like, so blurry.
Maybe it's because our TVs were so small though.
Yeah, you just didn't care.
Well, and they were so small, so all the pixelated were like all the pixels were super crunched together, which made it probably look a lot sharper than, our big 44-inch TVs.
It's behind this glass screen full of static and like weird colors and shit. Remember how fun that was? You can't do it anymore. When you touch the screen on the TV and it would just like. Zzz.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Well, it's crazy. Those statics are actually like radio waves and stuff. So it wasn't just the TV. It was just like the TV picking up radio waves and stuff like that. That's why.
What was your first TV like?
My first TV was pretty much like this big.
Was it flat or was it still curved?
No. It was curved. It was one of those touch the glass and you get shocked and stuff.
My first one was this super small one that had antennas.
Like my personal or like family TV?
What's your family TV?
It was pretty much that.
So
yeah.
My first one actually had antennas and would be like hot at the top.
Oh yeah.
But it was like super up high because my parents didn't want me to like fuck with it. And it had knobs and everything.
Oh yeah, knobs. Yeah,
even when I was like 6, my parents were like, "Your TV's so old, dude."
Well, you guys remember your first VCR? How big of a deal it was?
I remember it.
Hell yeah.
I was a VCR fucking maniac, man. I remember so many tapes and stuff, like blank tape, just taping everything I can.
I know. I
used to make my own videos too. Yeah. We had a point where I'd borrow somebody's VCR and
once you figured out how to tape over it.
Yes.
Well, dude, what's crazy about like piracy right now is like people get their panties in a bunch about piracy, but yeah, I was taping TV shows and all this stuff on. It's like no one gave a shit.
Yeah, nobody cared. Shit.
I don't know.
We have DVR now, but it's not the same.
No, it's not
the same as it was. So tough.
You don't have like a hard physical copy. Like no one can take this away. They would have to pry this out of my cold dead hands to get this away from me.
That's what I enjoy the convenience of streaming and everything being digital, but there's also just something more comforting in just having a physical copy of things, I think.
Yeah, when you tell them like, "Hey champ, go throw that movie in."
Yeah.
Let's watch a movie, and everyone crowd around the TV, watch a movie. It's like, I don't want to watch that. Well, go watch Netflix in your room, get any show you want instantly.
Right. On my tab.
We could all have our own.
Phone. I've never watched Netflix on my phone, by the way. I don't just watch any. I guess YouTube sometimes on my phone.
I only use Netflix on the TV.
Yeah.
I can get it on the laptop, but I just never do that. A lot of people do that. A lot of people my age too don't even get TVs. They get like a MacBook and they just use that for everything.
It's madness.
Yeah, I do watch Netflix on my phone every night. Like if I'm traveling and I'm at my parents' house and my room at my parents' house still doesn't have a TV in there.
Yeah.
So I'll just like, watch something before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Or watch some YouTube.
I think I'm done with desktops too. I think laptops probably the way to go because like you can just fucking if you want it on the big screen, just connect to
HDMI.
Yeah.
HDMI is so great. That's
is.
One thing I don't miss is like you would never be able to get a computer into the TV.
Oh yeah,
that just doesn't exist.
I mean,
crazy.
You got
That's
two
bonkers.
computers set up right here in this room, and it's just because of the power of HDMI.
Yeah, you'd have to be this mad hacker genius.
The power of HDMI.
I love HDMI as well, man. It's just made everyone's life so easy. I mean, you have your video and your audio cable all in one space.
Now they just need to do video, audio, and power. So like you can just plug in your display, boom, you're done. But that would make your power supply like fucking huge.
Yeah.
I think that's why they don't do it. But
that's all right. Are you figuring out those tickets, man?
Yeah. Oh, I think we've given up on Spider-Man for today, but now I'm just trying to get my money back.
How many disappointed kids are you gonna have not watched Spider-Man today?
A couple. Well, I think
Tom.
My oldest already wasn't gonna go. She wanted to go spend time with her boyfriend anyway. So.
What?
Yeah. So I was already looking to try to refund that ticket. Ugh.
Yeah.
So and then turns out it's all for naught because we have no tickets for anything.
No, nobody gets anything.
Yeah.
Great.
See what you did.
I wasn't really even that excited about Spider-Man, and then I heard that J.K. Simmons is back as spoiler, or that he's back as J. Jonah Jameson, like from the original one. Sorry to spoil it for everybody.
Who else would you get though? Honestly,
right? It's perfect.
If you're gonna have a
that's the only thing that's caught my attention. I was like,
JJJ.
I want to see that.
I think I don't know if I will be like actively watching any Marvel shows like for a little bit. I think
Shows,
like after Endgame, like I think I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you blew your load.
Yeah, I mean I've watched everything I need to watch. I don't know if I'm too interested in Phase 4 or whatever it is.
Yeah, unless they start some new thing like multiverse and they come out with some crazy new thing.
Well, I think like 10 years ago. Well, like 10 years ago, you have to think about like marketing. 10 years ago is when they started it, and they were marketing towards like me, like us right now. Mm-hmm. Now they're going to start marketing to a different generation of viewers.
Our time's probably over with now.
There's going to be more dabbing. There's going to be more Fortnite.
Definitely going to be more focused on like the younger generation, which is fine,
I'm definitely going to subscribe to that Disney Plus though. We'll see what kind of content they got.
Have you
Disney content?
When you watch Iron Man, the first one, you realize how post 9/11 it is.
Yeah.
It's very like militaristic and like these foreign guys. They're bad, man. You got to watch out for them.
What's your favorite?
Ones now would never do.
Like your favorite Iron Man?
I guess good news is I don't have to leave in 2.5 hours. That's good.
I think it's the first one.
That's good.
Nice.
The first, what were we talking about? Sorry.
What's your favorite Iron Man?
Favorite Iron Man? Possibly the third one, I think.
Really?
Yeah. And I know people like trip out on that. I just think it was really well done. Like you hardly even see him in the suit during the whole movie, really. But
that's true.
I mean, it would have to be that one or the first one. Of course, the second one's kind of garbage a little bit.
Yeah. It's the first one started it all. I just love that.
I also like the third one.
Bad as his hair is in that one, you didn't really realize, but seeing his hair, it looks like he's wearing a wig. It's like a Lou Ferrigno wig.
He didn't have enough money to buy a hairstylist.
John, John does a terrific Mickey Rourke impression from Iron Man 2. Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
When have I done that? My board.
Yeah, I want my board.
I want the board. My board.
I think we threw that on not too long ago. I think when you came over, we might have thrown on Iron Man 2.
That fucking guy, Mickey Rourke, man, that guy fucked himself up.
Yeah, he did. I wonder when, though. I wonder what it was. Is it plastic surgery? Is it from the boxing he did? Like, all of a sudden he just quit acting and wanted to become a boxer?
And then, like, all of a sudden, so he broke his nose and had a bunch of plastic surgery. And now he could only get cast in, like, supervillain fucked up people.
Fucked up Dr. No, supervillain.
European freak.
Yeah.
European freak number one.
Dude, that guy used to be like a teenager, like heartthrob, like sexiest man.
Yeah, he was one of the sexiest men.
When I saw him on Iron Man 2 and my mom was like, oh my god, it's Mickey Rourke. I was like, you know this monstrosity? Who is this? How do you know this man?
Why do you know this man?
You know this
henchman
in the sweaty glob of...
You know this man's name off the top of your head?
He kind of reminds me of have you seen like that Catwoman plastic surgery lady?
Yes.
That's what he kind of looks like to me.
Poor guy.
Well, I don't even think he like grow like facial hair anymore, like hardly, because all the plastic surgery and stuff.
I think that's what happens.
Plastic surgery, Botox, can't move his eyebrows.
Man. Horrible.
But he needs his board.
I want my board.
Robert Downey Jr. definitely...
Sam Rockwell's harsh in that movie, though. They should bring him back.
Sam Rockwell.
Justin Hammer. He's good.
He was good.
What if he became like an anti-Iron Man?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Bring him in, man.
That is one storyline that never like got resolved.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. There's a lot of potential in Iron Man 2.
That and like all those fake Iron Man suits that, whatever happened to that technology.
So Iron Man...
That was one of the things about Iron Man 3 that I didn't like, is how all of his suits just like, you poked it and it just...
Yeah, it just fell apart. It's like...
And like in the first one, he's getting hit by tank shells and he's like...
I never did that before.
Like he gets hit by the truck and all of his armor just pops off. That was just silly.
Maybe
just silly.
Maybe he outsourced the building of those, those machines.
Outsourced it to India.
Yeah.
You got
they did it fast.
Too involved in saving the world.
One thing that always gets me about Iron Man, or just Tony Stark in general, how every movie he has like this moment of scientific mumbo jumbo that makes no sense and solves all of his problems immediately.
Yes.
Yep.
Like in the first one, it was the arc reactor making it in a cave, and then the second one, he needs to make that triangular. Or no, it was the third one. He needs to make that triangular thing that nobody has ever made before.
He has to create
in any fashion.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Give me a weekend. It's good. It's done."
And his dad, like, I think,
put it in his Disney World map.
Yeah, that was kind of shitty writing, I think.
And then in Endgame, he's like, "Give me a Mobius strip, invert it, time travel." It's like, that was a jump.
Time travel.
That was a
convenient.
jump.
I figured it out. What was it?
Hulk couldn't do this. He has like 12 PhDs.
Right.
Tony's just born with it.
Like Hulk, maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's maybe
born this way.
Professor Hulk spoiler.
We as a family, we ran through Stranger Things season 3. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'll give you a little review right now. It's pretty good. I mean, I think I might just be a sucker for 80s nostalgia. The movie takes place in 1985. One of the best scenes, I think, in the whole series is they go to see Back to the Future at the theaters, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, nice.
And there's something happening where one of the kids is like in the projector room, and he's on a walkie-talkie and he's talking to another friend, but like it's like a very dramatic scene, and it's done with the Back to the Future theme playing in the background.
Oh, nice.
And it's really good. It's really good.
Dude, I miss like sometimes being a kid with the lack of technology.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like walkie-talkies, that was like the coolest thing you'd ever have as a kid, was a walkie-talkie.
Right?
To be able to talk to your friend like over there, be like, okay, this is what we're going to be doing. You know, over.
And even better if you had the ones that worked beyond like 10 feet that weren't toys.
Yeah.
Like you could be down the street and be like, "Sup, bitch."
Yeah. It was so much fun, like adventuring and
breaker one. Do kids not use walkie-talkies anymore? I guess they don't really.
Like, why would they?
That's true. Just
download the app.
Now.
Yeah.
Walkie-talkie app and you're good.
I don't even know if kids go outside anymore.
Last time I went to my two older ones, they're teenagers now. I guess Alexa is about to be
preteen.
Yeah, they both have cell phones, but the younger two don't. But they always like complain and stuff like, "Oh, my friends have cell phones." Sure enough, you know, you go walk into school and you got like freaking all these like little tiny 7-8-year-olds like with cell phones. Like, who the fuck do you have to call? Like, why do you need a cell phone? Who are you calling?
I have followers, man.
Isn't that the truth, man?
Yeah. I guess.
When is that gonna happen,
dude? I went to YouTube to look at a tutorial for like OBS or something, and I turned on I played the video, and it was like a fucking 8-year-old. I was like, what the fuck?
Here's how you stream your Fortnite videos.
And I was like, damn it!
Like and subscribe.
This generation is.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to go invite your 13-year-old neighbor to come over and show you how to use things. It's tough.
Yeah, there used to be a point in time to where like adults knew everything. It's like now, hey, you know how to do this, right?
We just crossed over.
8-year-old.
We're now the old people that don't know how to work the fucking remote.
It came quick though, didn't it?
It did.
Like, it came quick. It's not like, you know, like my grandma, she's like, you know, 70 years old or so. Like, our generation is losing fast. It's going quick.
I think the first time I legitimately felt old was when the kids had me download the Snapchat app.
Oh yeah.
The UI, I could not fucking figure it out to save my life, and I still
don't
can't.
feel bad.
I don't know if
the
it's just
Snapchat
shitty.
UI is shitty.
If I don't know if it's just shitty or what, like,
it makes
not well
no
done.
sense.
But I felt like I was like, I can't. This is pissing me off. I installed it. I'm like, I can't. This makes no sense at all.
And the fact that it has 0 tutorials, so you have to just figure it out. Like,
just like it's a puzzle.
you can
You're
zoom.
constantly just like, I don't want to fucking get back.
Yeah.
I'm old now.
Yeah.
No, it's just shitty. It's a lot better now, but their stock prices actually tanked because of their UI and how like people were just reviewing it and saying it's fucking shitty.
Yeah, it's trash.
Give you any tips at all, but now it does give you tips and tells you how to do it.
But to be quite honest, kids these days, do they really want a social media platform that their parents could use?
Yeah, I haven't had a Heineken.
No, that's why I'm out of Facebook. It's just political.
Don't crack me one of those.
I have a Facebook. I just don't use it very often.
I haven't had a Heineken in years. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just don't use it very often. I use it just because like my grandma's on there, and some family members. Like that's the only reason I have Facebook.
Yeah.
It was all about the Instagram because you actually have to like HTML that shit in there. And you think my parents could figure that out? They could never make it MySpace.
I remember that.
That was awesome.
MySpace was crazy. Made anybody feel like a hacker. You can just throw all your fucking
glitter and shit. Change the colors. Glitter.
Background is just a bunch of skulls. Yeah. When you log on, you have music and shit.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
That was so pretty cool. Where is that?
Yeah,
where is that? I want it.
I thought they brought it back. Didn't they bring MySpace back?
They've changed around. They've had so many different owners since the original time. I think Justin Timberlake actually owned it for a little while.
Oh, yeah, funny.
He did.
And tried to make it more like music centric.
I don't have
that's what
I don't have a Facebook anymore, but I have an Instagram still. That's about it. I think that's the only social media I do.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you count LinkedIn. I guess LinkedIn's kind of social media.
Yeah,
but not really.
Yeah, it's more of just
really
a
fun
online resume.
I'm not gonna post me with shooters on the weekend on my LinkedIn.
Yeah, I have an Instagram, Facebook. I have a John Sandwich Twitter.
I just wish there was one with good customization.
Oh, I have a Twitter account too, but I have like one post in like the 6 years that I've had the handle. So I gotta get back on it.
I use my Twitter to check work Twitter posts that I have to write.
That's another thing that makes me feel.
And that's the only way you can look.
The Twitter, all the hashtags and fucking the @s and the way people talk on there. I'm just like, what's happening?
What's happening? I think Twitter, like, Twitter is like my Snapchat to you. Like, I just can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really figure out Twitter. That's why, like, when I was talking to you guys, I was like, can one of you guys please take over Twitter? Because I can't figure this shit out. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to tweet.
Screaming into the wind. That's all you're doing. It's easy. I don't like Twitter just because of all the trash opinions that you always see.
Yeah, but Twitter's huge though. Like people like I hear like, when I listen to other podcasts or like other radio stations and stuff, everyone's like, Twitter, Twitter said this or follow me at. It's like, is it really like that big? I think it's that big of a deal. Like everyone uses Twitter.
If you follow,
breaking news happens on Twitter. It doesn't happen on the news station. It happens on Twitter.
Yeah, for sure. It's the quickest way to get news out there.
Yeah,
for sure. And like, just look at the president. He tweets all the time too, and like that's just a really good vehicle to send.
That guy could tweet, man.
Right. Yeah. And like you can send out news to people instantly, especially if they have you on your notifications.
I guess that's probably like the biggest thing now, right? It's probably people, like, everybody tweets now. It's Twitter.
Yeah, that's how most companies announce things, or like music or
Twitter too.
One good thing I will say about POTUS, at least he writes his own tweets. He doesn't have like a tweet writer for him.
Does he really?
Yeah, dude. Would you really pay someone to write Donald Trump like those tweets that he puts out?
I think you could follow his character very easily. Just be like, this is a Trump thing to
I'm
say.
pretty sure he is writing his own tweets for sure. He doesn't have one of those ghostwriters.
If anything, he's saying like, tell him this, fucking 19-year-old Jimmy. He's like, yes, sir.
He has a former WWE writer doing his tweets. I think that's what it is.
Right.
That is true.
He's like, hey, Vince, a heel, sir.
Vince, give me your shittiest hill writer you have. Well, I got
my
you.
Twitter account.
All you have to say is you're fired.
I have 10 pages. He already has 10 pages on Hillary.
Hey, that's a good question. Who came up with that first? Was that Vince McMahon? Because that was Trump.
You're fired.
That was Trump's. Yeah, that was his catchphrase for a while, right?
Yeah.
Vince always did it better though. You're fired.
Dude, I love like.
I think Vince was doing that first, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know. It was before my time.
think that Donald Trump took his whole persona from Mr. McMahon. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're friends.
I think they're
for
friends.
sure. He was on WWE a bunch, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's actually in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Is he?
Yeah.
They had the whole shave your head match.
That was him training to be presidential heel. Yeah. It's like, if you want to be a president, you got to train to become the
I just
heel
figured
president.
it out. My mind is blown. That's why 2020 Dwayne Johnson runs for president as the good guy, the face.
And he's going to be the face.
And lays the smacker down. God, Did our fucking democracy just turn into a big WWE show and WWE is sponsoring the whole?
You'll know it's true when like the next presidential debate, it's just instead of podiums, they're just like walking around with microphones and they're like,
well, let me tell you something, brother. I know about climate change.
What do you plan?
And I know when you drive too much, the climate gets warmer, brother.
He has like sleeveless suit.
Yep. What are you
wearing his
on
sunglasses?
Doing? What are you planning on doing about the economy, Trump?
It doesn't matter. That would be an awesome debate.
That
The
would
Rock
be.
and like Trump just like in character.
And
It doesn't matter what you think, Donald Trump.
After a while, it gets
That'd be
heated and they
awesome.
start like wrestling. They start punching each other in the face.
Just as long as The Rock comes in with his jacket and was like,
If you smell what The Rock is cooking,
do the people's eyebrow, everybody cheering.
He'll be the first president with coming out music.
Dude. I would love.
Just every time it comes out.
That's good TV.
That would be amazing.
That's good TV right there.
And they're like, oh, who's going to get to run as your vice president? Stone Cold comes down from the Titantron.
Can you imagine Barbara Walters and like
Dun, dun.
The Rock doing one of those interviews and then Donald Trump just comes in with a chair on CNN.
And all of a sudden, RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah,
RKO out of nowhere.
Joe Biden.
Oh my.
That's crazy. He came out of retirement for this one match.
Joe Biden with the RKO.
Tombstone pile driver.
That's what we need, man.
JR becomes Fox News head anchor.
God, only in a world, man.
Awesome. JR and the King running the debates.
Yeah.
What would be Obama's finishing move?
President Obama's. That's a good question.
What would be his like?
Oh, I'm gonna have to think about that. That is a great question, John.
That is a great question. You're gonna have to let me get back on that. Hillary Clinton would be like the Benghazi bomb or something.
I think.
That's a good question. Like a good finisher. President Obama.
They already
He
got
could
it.
F5 someone pretty good.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
President Obama with the
All right,
F5.
you guys in the comments.
Maybe he does the Jimmy Superfly Snuka like from the big, the big from the top ropes.
You guys in the comments, let us know in the comments or at on Twitter at the John Sandwich 2. What would President Obama's finishing WWE move be?
Or any president. Any president ever.
Whoever.
Or political figure. I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to
That
hear
is
it
a
all.
great question. We're gonna put a poll right there when this episode airs on YouTube. So you pull it out. I don't know. Give me like 5 minutes. I really gotta think about this.
I'm trying to figure
I got it.
Nixon would definitely be the Stone Cold Stunner.
The BarRock bottom.
the Barack Bottom.
The Barack bottom, yes.
It's the BarRock bottom.
That's good.
Oh yeah, it's flashy enough for him.
That's
you
good.
know. Who was that one guy that would spray stuff in someone's face with his mouth?
Oh, what was his name? The Great Muta? Is that him? Or am I going back too far?
I don't remember that guy.
Oh shit!
LBJ would be
Was
like
he
an
Asian?
F5. No, LBJ would be choke slam just because he's massive.
Or the people's elbow. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a good one for Barack Obama.
JFK would be like the magic bullet.
Yeah.
There's so many. I'm thinking
those are some good questions.
Spear, Stone Cold Stunner. What else is there? F5, figure 4 leg lock, sweet chin music. What was Goldust's finishing move?
The curtain
Finishing
call.
act? Oh, curtain call.
Yeah.
Most likely to choke slam someone. Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
He would choke slam someone. He has the height.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of great finishing moves throughout the years. I
Yeah.
think.
Code Breaker.
Code Breaker. Whose is that?
Chris Jericho.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. He also had the Walls of Jericho.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he have a Lionheart too, or the Moonsaw?
Moonsault, yeah. Jeff Hardy's is always good. The
Swanton Bomb.
And what's his
scary looking?
Oh, Twist of Fate too. That's the
Twist of Fate. It's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some good names.
Ravishing Rick Rude had the Rude Awakening.
BarRock Bottom though is really good. I like that one.
Remember the IRS wrestler Erwin R. Shyster?
Oh yeah.
Shyster.
Yeah, he had the write-off.
The write-off. The pardon.
What is Shane McMahon's the Coast to Coast?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, where he goes on the top rope and
yeah. He's always good. He's got some good shit.
He's still wrestling, man.
He does that little, I think it's like a punching thing and it was like a dance.
Oh yeah. Like the Muhammad Ali kind of off type thing. Yeah.
He's very entertaining.
Bill Clinton would have the Rakishi finisher where he puts his booty in his face.
Yeah.
Be like,
what was Jeff Hardy's?
That's nice.
Or not Jeff Hardy's, Double Day, Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, Jeff Jarrett. Double J. Dang, what was his?
J to the E, double T.
I just remember him hitting people with guitars a lot.
Yeah.
I remember what else he did.
What was that other one? DDT, where you just slam someone's face on the ground.
Jake the Snake's DDT.
And then who had the best DDT? I mean, you had the Diamond Cutter DDT.
I really like the Rock's DDT. I think that's it's a pretty good one. He kicks like the leg out before he does it. It looks legit.
Yeah. And then of course the RKO.
Yeah, RKO.
What was Kevin Nash's finisher?
He had it was a power bomb. I forget what he called it though.
Yeah.
He did the power bomb, I think. Razor Ramon had the Razor's Edge.
Yeah.
Which is like put
power bomb. Yeah. That one was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling is fun.
Somehow it always comes. You can just like freaking just
always
any
goes
part
back
of your
to
life
wrestling.
can always go back to wrestling. Yeah.
You really can, man.
Mm-hmm. You gotta just like all that content.
Did you hear though? Like WWE, they might be shaking things out. So Paul Heyman is now the executive producer of Raw, and this is like official, like not like TV character.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eric Bischoff is the executive director producer of SmackDown now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're really trying to shake things up because they know they're losing viewers.
Yeah. You gotta figure something out, man.
Mm-hmm. How's that Heineken?
What else? It's good.
Yep.
It's different.
It's
different.
Brewed in Holland.
I like me some Heineken.
Did you guys hear?
You
guys watch soccer at all?
Yeah, we won against the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Did we?
Huh?
Netherlands.
I missed it. I don't know.
We have a good female soccer team.
You know what's crazy is
really
the female soccer team, they don't get paid shit, right?
Yeah.
But they're more popular than any male soccer team in the United States.
Yeah, because they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And also Hope Solo. Have you seen her?
Yeah.
I haven't.
She's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She's an angel.
So they won second straight
Nice.
World Cup.
Oh,
Awesome. Congrats to you women.
Congrats.
Awesome. Very awesome.
A win for women and a win for the USA.
Yeah, exactly, man.
It's a win for all of us.
Yeah, it really is.
That just goes to show if we actually paid attention to soccer, we would win.
Yeah.
It'd be like the Olympics. We would
Well, I mean, you know,
annihilate.
the men's
Come on.
soccer, I mean, they try.
Well,
They're just not
Yeah,
good.
but it's not.
If we win,
If we got all of the
would be,
pros from NBA, NFL, Hockey League, and like sorted them out and put them on the soccer team, because like most.
Do you really want a 6'7" guy like trying to run down a soccer field? Like, he can't do shit.
Bet you $100 if the United States like went into soccer and like actually cared about soccer, that would be the norm now.
Yeah,
for sure.
We would have like 6'5" soccer players,
dude. They're
with
not
like
fast
huge
enough,
ass
though,
feet.
Yeah, you
we would
just,
have
like,
some
triple over those
ridiculous.
huge ass feet.
Yeah. Well, soccer is the biggest sport in the whole world.
Kick it once and it goes across the whole field.
The reason why it's not bigger here is because we don't win championships. So that's We start winning.
Yeah.
We start winning. It'll start getting big here.
I know there's a pretty big uprising with soccer.
Yeah.
You know, there's they have like the MLS, which is I think the Sounders are pretty good, and like a lot of the kids these days, because they grow up playing it or liking soccer a lot more than like other American sports.
It's a good play, not a crazy good watch.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just You know, it's like hockey. Do you like
it's
hockey?
low scoring. Well, hockey, you got fights. You got all these like takedowns.
Yeah, I guess there's more dramatics, but there's a lot of dramatics in soccer with like the yellow card and the red card and like.
Yeah, but that's all like the theatrical like. Well, I'm hurt.
Yeah, and like you have to like take penalty shots like right where you like.
The penalty shot like round at the end. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. I love that shit. That was.
But I think that's what makes soccer unique. It's not like any other American sports where it's so like modernized.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is really simple. Like you can be sure that these are like the best at doing this because it's just like this. All you have to do is get that ball in there.
For sure.
There's no like.
I'm just
gimmicky thing
to
about
take
it.
These foosball skills pro. That's what I'm fucking like come in.
We haven't played that in a while.
We haven't played in a while. Usually a summer game, which I guess when the sun starts coming out here, we'll
maybe someday
get back in the foosball. I don't think we wouldn't be able to pod though. I think it's a serious pod and foosball at the same time. It'd be too difficult.
It would be pretty difficult. That's what broke up the band, man.
Yeah.
Too much foosball.
You have a foosball table in your shed room?
Yeah. Did we have an actual shed room?
Oh, not in the room, but like
we had one like there's like a green room type area there, a common room, and it had a
the green room.
There, yeah.
That's where the celebrities wait.
Mm-hmm. You guys mind taking over for a little bit?
Yeah, no problem.
We're the hosts now. We can talk about anything. Anything. What? You gotta pick up your daughter.
Family stuff right now. Now, all with my daughter wanting to go to her boyfriend's house, and her boyfriend's mom's willing to come pick her up. Since we're not
just say no.
Since we're not going to the movie, it kind of changes things a little bit. But we found out that there's all sorts of stuff with the boyfriend that we didn't know about, where he was committed to helping his dad with stuff today. And like, they didn't even know that any of this was happening. So like, you know, how kids just,
they lie
and to make all these
keep
plans
stuff from you. Yeah. Generally dumb.
So now it's my call on if she can go or not. So I guess I'll give it a minute. I'm gonna
let her sweat. Yeah.
I'm gonna
ice
stew
her
on it. Yeah. I don't have to do anything because she has a ride. I told her since the plan was that we'd go see this movie and go out to dinner. So I was like, if you're going to go with your boyfriend's house, going to make sure that you have a ride there and then a ride home because we're not going to be around.
Yeah.
But now that that's changed, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Just say no.
It's tough. Yeah, I'm just going to say no. It's like such a pain in the ass. Like, why freaking, that Sunday is Eric's day when I come here and pod. Like, why throw all these wrenches in my day?
Wrenches in my system, man.
Hell yeah. So I assume that your laptop is 4K.
It's not 4K.
It's not 4K now?
It is 1080, but it is 144 hertz.
That's a lot of hertz.
So many hertz.
Hurts so good.
It makes me cross-eyed. I love it.
What about FPS? What about your frame rates?
I can do pretty high. Like 120.
At what point does your fan kick in? Like, what can you? Can you run? Can you pretty much?
If
run
I start a game, it starts going. It sounds like a jet engine, but the good thing about it is I always use headphones, and it's not because it's overheating. It's just like it's being proactive. I think it's starting up that fan to keep it cool so it doesn't heat up.
There's a problem.
Yeah, exactly. And what's hilarious though is the GPU is right under the WASD keys. Mm-hmm. So like if you wait a little while and it's loading and you hear like the fan, you'll touch the WSD keys and they're fucking hot.
Are they?
Yeah, they're pretty hot.
I wonder how that computer would do with like doing OBS if you'd hear the fan pretty good.
OBS is fine because it's not using the GPU. It's using all of the CPU.
Oh, okay.
It's when it's using the GPU for video games and stuff, or unless you're like rendering something, it'll start up. But OBS is perfectly fine, silent.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's a i7 8th generation, if you're wondering. 16 gigs of RAM.
I only have an i5 in mine.
So I only have an i3 in this bad boy right here, just an i3.
That's an i3.
Yeah,
works fine.
Yeah.
It's an Acer as well.
Yeah.
It does come from the Acer parent company.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good little computer. I mean, it's outdated, but it works for what we got going on.
Yeah, dude, we're online with this thing. It works just fine.
I got the Intel chip, but everything else is AMD. It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Have you heard about their new one? It's like faster than the i9, and it's like $200 cheaper.
I mean, yeah, dude. They bring it. They bring it, man.
Yeah. I think Intel is just, they're kind of like Apple. They're like, oh, we're going to be fine. Just put whatever out. And it's still really good, but Intel. It's still not like...
We're going to buy this shit.
We got government contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there has to be like a point in time to where like you go pick up the best processor for like $30 just because there's like so many out there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I need to upgrade all my shit. At the time I bought my motherboard for my current desktop, it was like top of the line. Now it's outdated to shit. It's like an MSI.
Mm-hmm. I have one of those on mine.
Yeah.
On my desktop.
But when I bought it, it was like brand new, and I'm like, oh, I'm coming up in the world. Now it's nothing.
You don't really need to upgrade your motherboard unless it has weird... what's it called? The shape of the CPU. You can only take so many CPUs.
No, like I think I'm all good. Like I think
as long as you have a lot of ports to plug into.
Yeah, I can throw 64. I don't have 64 bits of RAM, but I could if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's expensive. RAM's expensive.
RAM is expensive.
Why?
That's crazy expensive.
Jesus Christ! Like I think they overmark that stuff on purpose.
Yeah, 16 gig. It's like, oh, that's reasonable, and then let's look at 32, and it's like $600 for that.
Jesus Christ!
Fuck, if you want like 128 or whatever it is, those are thousands.
Yeah.
I want to eventually get like a 3-computer screen, like have like 2 55 inches right there.
One day. The sandwich is gonna make that happen for you.
Yeah, and then have like the audio, like how it is right there, and then 2 55s, one for streaming,
straight up broadcasting,
one for looking information up.
What we'll do is we'll have curved TVs. We'll have so many that they'll totally like wrap around us in a circle.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be our background too.
Yeah,
and we'll have the 360 camera in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. That computer.
Oh, it's that fucking beer.
It's the beer.
I keep smelling weed. I was like,
it's skunky beer.
Yeah,
it's the weed beer.
It's the beer.
It is from Holland.
Yeah. That's what Corona smells like. Corona smells like weed too.
Really?
Yeah.
But like swag, Mexican swag.
Yeah.
Beer.
Wouldn't that be tripped out? Like after fucking all the things we've learned last time, I feel like we actually looked at the back of the Heineken bottle. It's like, oh my god,
made with hemp.
Yeah, brewed in Rainier, Washington, or something.
Well, like hops and hops and like buds are like cousins.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess so. I guess that's true. Original recipe brewed in Holland. Heineken premium.
If you take this,
way better than anything that we had last time that we were here.
Yeah, that stuff was pretty gross.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did gag.
It was fun though. And
that was real, man.
We need more gimmicks though. I was gonna consider texting you guys. I wasn't sure what our time was gonna look like today because you had something going on this morning and stuff. But about doing the sandwich thing that we talked about.
Oh yeah. Maybe we'll do that next week.
Yeah, more important to have gimmicks, stuff like that. We're each gonna bring like a sandwich from like a different reputable or disreputable fast food place.
Yeah. We'll do that next week.
I didn't forget.
Yeah, you did that.
So I'm gonna bring the Grand Mac. I wonder if they still make it. I don't know if it's still on the menu.
The Grand Mac?
It's a Big Mac, but grand.
Shit.
Do they use like quarter pounder patties instead or something?
I think so. It's just big. I don't know. It's good. It's big. It's huge.
Well, there's something about the original Big Mac that just has like the perfect amount of everything on there.
You are a Rick and Morty fan, right?
Yeah.
So explain Szechuan sauce from McDonald's. Isn't that connected to that somehow?
Oh yeah.
What is this Szechuan sauce McDonald's?
The Szechuan sauce.
I totally over my head.
When
never had it.
Mulan came out, they came out with Szechuan sauce as like their marketing thing because in like 2000 McDonald's is huge.
Have you had Szechuan sauce?
Mulan, like the cartoon, like Disney.
The Disney movie made in like 2001.
By the way, it's so good.
If you haven't watched it,
I don't know if you've seen that movie recently. It holds up. It's terrific.
Oh yeah. It's great,
Let's
man.
get down to
just a cliff note. just a cliff note, their remake that they're gonna do is gonna include none of the songs.
I heard it's not gonna be
and
musical.
no Mushu either. Wow. I assume because
I just watched the trailer today.
There's a lot of big.
Just came out today.
There's a big Chinese audience, and they don't want to it's gonna be
the way
a bunch
Disney's
of bullshit
going
to
right
them.
now. I'm surprised they're not casting like a white woman as Mulan.
Right. Ooh. Here we go. We're about to get into the nitty gritty.
Black Ariel. Idris Elba's gonna be.
I heard Idris Elba. Was that confirmed?
I don't know.
Okay, I saw some fan art that it had his name on there.
Yeah. Or The Rock.
So
we could do The Rock too.
The most interesting article or anything I read was somebody was talking about like the whole people are trying to make a scientific racist argument that because mermaids live underground. Because they live underwater without the sun.
They can't be black.
And they don't have melatonin. Like they can't get like from the sun and shit the melatonin. That it's impossible for them to be black. Is the argument that's being made right now.
It's like you might as well just make them silver then, or gray.
I do think you're disrespecting the ginger crowd though.
That's true. Like we were talking about on 4th of July. Arguably, the ginger crowd more of a minority than African Americans. I'm sorry. More of a minority.
Oh yeah, way
here
more.
Anyway.
Oh, everywhere.
Everywhere, do you think?
No, you make fun of a ginger. It's hilarious,
right?
No, dude, gingers are. I'm sorry for the derogatory term.
Yes. Yeah, we're just throwing around the word ginger.
Hot redheads. Sorry,
they just have a case of gingivitis. But no,
arguably more of a minority than African.
Not arguably, they are.
They are, right?
Yeah.
So I think the more offensive stance to take on this would be that they're actually dark washing the Little Mermaid, I would say.
Well, yeah, it'll get people in the seats.
Yeah, I guess it will.
Do you want me to answer your Szechuan?
I do. Yes, keep going. Szechuan.
Just to go back to that, because people get mad when
there is a connection
we ask
with Rick and Morty, right? Oh yeah, keep going off topic. Yes, let's go back.
But
that was only one guy. That was only one guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Dickhead. If you're still watching,
it's our podcast, not yours.
Watching, thank you for being a fan, but fuck you.
I'm glad that people care enough for us to finish our thoughts, though. That's good.
Yeah,
at least they're listening. Like,
they were listening, and we just got off topic. They wanted to hear what we thought.
What you think about this topic?
That was my key. Sorry.
Oh, I thought we broke something.
So Szechuan sauce. Mulan came out 2001, something like that. This was before Super Size Me. Am I moving mine a lot? Szechuan sauce, Super Size Me didn't come out yet, so everyone loved McDonald's. Everyone ate it all the time, as you remember, probably. They came out with Szechuan sauce, and it was supposedly like the greatest fucking sauce you've ever tasted in the world. And
I wonder what it was.
The writers of Rick and Morty remembered that, and they were like, "We're gonna bring it back," and they put it in the show, and it's Rick just going off about how like Szechuan sauce Morty. It got discontinued in 2001, Morty. It's
we
not here anymore.
We gotta go back.
They never made it again, Morty. And
didn't they bring it back for a time though because of the Rick and Morty show? Or was that
they didn't? They brought it back at like some select places, like just a couple in the whole fucking world. And
it's like
they also sent them some tubs. Yeah, it was some like sweet and sour sauce that were in like McDonald's tubs, you know, and apparently it was really fucking good, and they never brought it back ever again, and it was just amazing.
People get crazy about that shit, like the McRib. I have honestly never had a McRib, but I would love to try one. They bring it back like it's like a seasonal thing, right?
What the fuck did you just say to me?
I have never had a McRib ever in my life.
You lived in California, Southern California.
Yes, I'm aware of the McRib. It's not like Szechuan sauce. I'm aware of the McRib.
Okay, so order 2 because you're gonna eat the first one, still be hungry, and you're gonna be like, I'm going after this.
Next time, I'll find out. I'll get my algorithms all up to find out when they're bringing it back. Mm-hmm. We will have a McRib on the show when they bring it back.
All right, let's do that.
We'll have Eric's first McRib ever. That's crazy.
The John Sandwich Show.
Dang.
All right, so you want me to give you guys a little bit of statistics?
Hold on. Wait, you go ahead.
Is this a racist statistic? I don't want to be racist.
One thing I did want to bring up is
you can't be racist.
Is your blueberry fact about McDonald's that if they were to include blueberries, they would have to buy a lifetime supply of blueberries. But let's go here, and we'll go back there.
All right. So since we were talking about Ariel for a second, There's less than 2% of the population have red hair, natural red hair.
See?
They're the biggest minority in the world.
And I would
What
say
about green-eyed people?
some African Americans have red hair too. It's possible.
It is possible, but there's not a lot of redheads out there.
I had an African American friend who had blonde hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Must have been albino.
He was super nice.
Like Simon Phoenix and Demolition Man?
You know, his middle name was Simon.
Oh, shit! That's crazy. Damn.
They took a look at him and was like, this is Simon. Yeah. Simon Phoenix right here. But
I am the law. The law.
No.
have you watched that scene?
Inside joke.
It's from
Judge Dredd.
Yeah. He literally goes, I am the law, and then
I'll do it. I am the law.
I am the law.
The law.
He doesn't even use an inflection like you're the law. He just says the law.
Yeah. You have to see a clip. It's the madness in his eyes when he says it to you. It's a total
The director
package.
was like, all right. What's his name? Sylvester.
Yeah.
You're just gonna scream the law.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, feel free to chew the scenery in this scene right here.
Rolling.
Yeah.
First take. We're good. That was perfect.
It's perfect.
Good
Here's your
job,
motivation.
Sylvester.
You don't have much respect for the law. Is your motivation? I want.
And you're fucking crazy.
Convey it. Yeah.
All right. Action. But yeah, segueing to we're gonna watch The Law first.
Cool.
But
oh my gosh, that's perfect.
How good is the new Dread though?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Really?
Like
it's so good.
I'm gonna watch the new Dread while I'm eating a McRib. I think next time.
It's on mute. Push M.
Why are they not playing?
There it is.
I don't know why it's not playing. But...
Oh, that's fine.
Just look it up. He just screams.
Look for a link in our description. We'll add that later.
Yeah. Great movie.
Great movie.
Holds up. Not even a little.
Speaking of like great movie, like and it's
Classic 80s.
is Demolition Man.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
That's the one where everyone's like, you can't use harsh language or else. And then Sylvester Stallone's like, I'm from the 80s, bitches. And he just starts shooting everything.
Well, he needed toilet paper.
Everything.
He needed toilet paper and he didn't want to do the shell method.
What?
Oh, yeah. Use the shells. Yeah.
Is your best... what are your thoughts on the 3 shells? How do you use the 3 shells, do you think?
Oh, you know what?
First one sprays you with clean, crystal clear water. Second one you push, wipes you up real nice with a wet nap. Third one dries you off.
That's
turns on the fan.
Yeah, that's a lot cleanlier than my head was going. So
yeah, mine too. I was
or
like,
you just shove all 3 up your ass.
Yeah,
you scrape it.
Yeah.
You literally pick it up and scrape your ass on it.
I like your idea better because mine was a little more messy.
Yeah, and then after you scoop it out, you can hold it up to your and go to the ocean. It's nice.
I'm sure at that
your
time,
colon.
Yeah. I'm sure at that time, like that far in the future, I'm sure there's just as much fecal matter in the ocean as there in that shell.
That's why what is it, Idris Elba? That's why Idris Elba put the sound of the ocean in every shell, so every sailor stuck on land would never miss the briny blue.
I know what that's from.
I get that reference.
I got that one. All right.
Yeah. So Little Mermaid remake, for it, against it, racist, not?
See it. Not in theaters, but I'll watch it on Netflix when it
eventually
is not inconvenient to me.
Disney Plus, you mean?
Disney Plus now.
Oh yeah.
I think we're finally at the end of the Netflix thing. I think Endgame's going to premiere on Disney Plus, not Netflix.
That's fine. I'll get it.
The last Marvel movie to appear on Netflix, I believe, is going to be Captain Marvel, and that's it.
They better not fucking put stuff in the Disney Vault on Disney Plus. I'll be so mad.
Oh, I saw Shazam, by the way.
Oh yeah,
really good. It's the closest you're going to get to a Marvel movie with a DC movie. I think they're recalibrating. It was really funny. It's like the movie Big. They even have like a throwback a scene on the piano, like Big and stuff.
Oh, where he's like playing with
they do
his
a little
feet.
callback to it. It's pretty funny. The kids like love the hell out of it, so it's good.
Did you see the what was it, the News Weekly or whatever special on the Joker
I haven't yet.
with like new photos and stuff?
Oh,
I haven't. Show me a new photo. It does
Show
look
it to me.
It looks good.
it looks.
So I
good.
guess
Show me now.
this is like the downside of having an older computer is it really takes a long time to load.
What is this? Saving Private Ryan?
Show me now. Look.
I'm right here. Do it.
Do it. I'm here.
I'm here. Come on. Come on, I'm here.
Kill me. Do it.
Kill me. Billy. No, Billy. How stupid was Billy in Predator? He's like, these guys just got ripped apart by this invisible monster. I'm going to cut myself and go at him with a knife.
My answer is to cut myself across the chest on this. I'm going to fight him on this log.
And then he died in a second.
Right? Billy.
You son of a bitch. The Joker movie, though, looks good.
Shane Black, actually, the director of Iron Man 3, was in Predator.
Shane Black? Which one is he?
The guy with the glasses.
Jesse Ventura?
Yes, Jesse Ventura.
Oh.
It's good.
Oh, the guy with the glasses? Oh, that guy.
That guy.
He tells that joke, that dirty joke. I forget what it was, though.
Yeah, something about rape.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious.
Something that I'm sure has held up great in this this day and age.
You know, it's crazy, like watching like older, like even like early 2000s show, like how they didn't date very well in our modern culture of.
Have you tried to
whatever.
watch, going off of what you just said, Team America World Police? Oh my
I
God.
haven't watched that in a while. No.
Does that hold up
That
great
is-
stuff?
Yeah, so PC.
Well, the thing is, they are
it is
purposely
satire.
like that though.
Yeah.
True.
But it's okay.
It's
Satire. It's fine. I don't know.
it's pretty. At the end though, they still say like, well, America's still the best. So
Yeah.
Well, they make a great point.
Fuck 'em.
I think I saw an article one time. It's like, whenever they censor themselves, they'll be going against everything that they believe in, right? Because if you make fun of everything equally, arguably, if you're making fun of everything, like then you're the most non-biased person ever.
Yeah.
You're shitting on everything.
Yeah.
The minute you give something a pass, that's when there's a problem.
Yeah. It's a good point, man.
Yeah, and they deserve to be shit on most of the time.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
Oh yeah, I think everyone has.
Yeah, everybody deserves to get shit on
Yeah.
every now and again.
Yeah.
No one
I like
deserves
that
special.
Americans are pretty
passage.
cynical. Keeps people in check.
As a guy who stepped in human shit before, I would say that, it's not a problem. Sometimes you gotta get shit on you sometimes. It's life.
San Francisco or Seattle?
Seattle shit.
Oh,
Yeah, Seattle shit.
I've never stepped in San Francisco shit. I'm sure I'm sure shit's the same.
it's pretty. It's a little hotter, so it's a little more like gooey,
That's true.
but it is higher quality because of all the organic foods around.
Now, do you think that soles of shoes are built in order to keep shit in there just to fuck with you think?
Like the treads.
Like the treads,
must
like
be.
just to get shit in there, they make it harder to clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, some now they do come with little scrapers that you can
yeah.
use in
Oh,
between
yes,
those,
yes.
get those out.
When the grass just isn't enough, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's tough sometimes. I was lucky where there's a puddle there. So like I dipped my foot in the puddle and I just kind of like,
And then
I kind of Igored it into the hotel where I was just dragging one foot behind me, trying to like scrape it.
that poor man, he's disabled.
Poor disabled man. Who smells like shit.
He probably pooped himself. Poor
Oh,
man.
poor guy. Oh no! Don't get too close.
Don't
He's gonna
mention
ask
it.
for money. He's gonna ask for money.
Yeah. He's gonna ask for a cigarette or money.
Don't mention his
Dude,
smell.
That's
He'll
how
get
they do
angry.
down here.
Dude, my parents were down here a couple years ago, and we were in like Pike's Market. My dad was eating like a chicken finger. We all got some like street food, right? And like the homeless guy came up, was like, "Are you gonna eat the rest of that?" And I was like,
While he's eating it.
"While he's eating it." Like I was.
Just look at him.
Yeah.
Did he touch the corn dog?
Did he lick it and go
Yeah, it was
like,
like
gonna
a chicken
finish
finger.
that?
Oh, it's a chicken finger.
Yeah.
He's like, are you gonna eat this?
Are you gonna eat?
He just licks it first.
Ew.
You're gonna finish that?
Finish that.
John, what's happening?
Spits on his corn dog. You gonna finish that? I bet not.
I don't know, man. I grew up with a little bit more humility than that. You know, I know people have mental problems, or they just don't give a shit about themselves enough to like go get a job or find a better way. But I'm one of the type that's like, man, I will work myself out of this situation. I'm not gonna sit there and beg people.
For sure. It's tough. I mean, obviously, legitimately, people with like mental health issues and stuff, and maybe no family to fall back on or to take care of them. So I could see how that would be a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
there's also like a whole like
I think everyone
movement of people that are willfully homeless too nowadays. Yeah. Kids, I saw
stuff, man.
I saw 2020 on it.
Backpackers.
It's gotta be true. Nomads, vagabonds, call them what you will. I could never be homeless. That sounds like such a shitty life.
No, man. I don't know, man.
Sleeping at a hostel.
I have some pretty good my own personal opinions, but maybe it's a better lift off the podcast.
The internet is liberal.
Now you gotta say it, man. Yeah. You're the guy, man. You're the guy. You're the white male that's gonna school. You have to say it.
Tell us what's wrong.
Well, the thing is, I think we all have a little bit of our own mental issues.
Yeah, I agree. I know I do. I got some mental handicaps for sure. I got to deal with.
But that's not stopping you. Like, I understand that some people just don't have families or people that care. Mm-hmm. And I think that we are grooming the next generation of homeless to not try to do anything about it.
It's true.
It's like, we'll just give them everything. We'll try to give them what we can.
Arguably, I would agree with that. To make it easier to be homeless and survive is probably not going to motivate anybody to get out of that situation. Mm-hmm. Possibly, yeah. I mean, we've also had like some pretty rough run-ins with the home. I mean, we had that shed right there that was right next to like it was a shelter, right? Mm-hmm. So I had to walk by. I used to take the train from Seattle. So I worked in Seattle. And then I'd take the train up to Everett, and then like right there between me and where our practice sheds were at was a homeless shelter. And then I had to walk through there, sometimes with like music equipment, walking through there, and scared for my life pretty much. So it's tough.
So I think
getting catcalled by homeless people.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I did get catcalled by like a woman the other day.
Did you? Ooh, yeah. So tell me about that.
So let's stay on this subject for a second.
Okay.
So when you talk about homeless, right? And I think this is a great icebreaker to get people like thinking whichever way, like you believe like what the homeless situation is and like the problems that they have, right? Instead of, I want people to think, okay, there's homeless people, right? And let's just say there's 5 homeless people living in your backyard. Like, how would you take care of that situation?
5 homeless people living in my backyard?
In your backyard. So now it's different. Now, instead of being in Seattle, you have a different perspective because now it's on your property.
Yeah.
They were shooting heroin on your property. Yes. They are taking shits in your yard. Mm-hmm. So how do you deal with that situation now?
That's true. I mean, I totally.
Does that change your perception on the homeless?
If I have to see it every day, yes.
Yeah. See, like, and people don't think like that. They're like, oh, it's so far away. We could fix it from afar. You know, let's. Would you support the homeless in your backyard?
I mean, to be honest with you, if this is a serious podcast where we all talk about our feelings. No, I would not. I would not want homeless people in my backyard.
Yeah.
It's a nice backyard. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, it is. So it's like, how do you take care of that situation? So like now I've brought it closer to home.
Yeah.
And it's a lot harder to talk about when it's your property.
Sure. I would for sure call the authorities and have these people removed from my.
Okay. So they can't. They're not going to. What do you do?
Why not?
You know?
Why wouldn't they?
Why don't they take them off the streets in Seattle?
I guess that's true. Yeah. Didn't they clear out the tent city though?
And then another tent city's built.
Yeah.
So they move your homeless encampment. 5 more move in. 5 or 6 more move in. 5 move out, and then all of a sudden you got the same problem. Or maybe they moved 10 feet that way.
Yeah. Went to West Seattle.
You know, like now it's a different situation because it's your backyard.
Yeah.
So I think people need to start thinking that way. let's solve this solution. If you want to do it humanely, great. But how do you humanely take someone out of your backyard?
Yeah. I was privy to, we have a local bar by my house. So I got to see, we have we're in Kingsgate, which is a pretty nice area too.
Trust me.
It's very nice. But there has been a increase in the homeless population there for sure. And there's this place called Shooters, I think that's what it's called. It's like a bar, and the owner came out and he had to shoo these homeless people away from his property. Shoo them away. I think he ended up calling the police. And at the time I was like, oh man, don't bother them, they're homeless, blah, blah, blah. But it's dude, it's his property. He's trying to get people in here to make money.
Yeah.
And
he's on the hook for hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably on a loan and shit.
If you have these people just lying around the front of the property, that's not cool either.
Yeah, if that turns away one person, that's one meal. That's
all right. So
this guy's just trying to make his nugget.
I worked
his nug.
My previous job, I used to do a lot of work in Seattle, and one of my customers, there was a homeless encampment, a block, you could look at it from where his place was, his establishment. It's a very nice establishment. But he'd have homeless people coming in all the time and leaving needles on the ground, leaving needles around his property.
Those orange caps.
And, pissing on his carpet.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
Just making who wants to go into an establishment like that when you are threatened with junkies and human fecal and piss.
Excrement.
Who wants to deal with that? How does
That's
a business
why it's so
owner...
damn hard to find a bathroom in downtown Seattle or San Francisco. You just can't just let anybody in there anymore.
Yeah, because they're gonna shoot fucking heroin.
You come back and there's shit on the walls. There's drug paraphernalia, and plus you can just if a child just touches that and eventually puts their fingers in their mouth or something, they can have residue in there.
For
Get
sure.
a shot of meth in their mouth. That's completely absorbable through their mouth.
It's tough. I feel like I'm a little
it's
biased.
It's a health hazard too.
I've seen some bad things in my day just working in Seattle. I used to have to get there early mornings. So I don't know if you ever walk through Seattle early mornings, but there are people just laid out in the streets and just sleeping right on the sidewalks of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just crazy. It's tough to look at too. I have a heart, so it does make me kind of sad.
Yeah.
Well, of course it makes you sad, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know this stuff. But I'm also just trying to get from one place to another. I've been barked at and fucking harassed by these people. I had a guy come up to me. I think this is the time when I was smoking cigarettes and stuff. I was walking. Don't ever smoke a cigarette in downtown Seattle.
Oh, no.
No. Can I bum one?
Especially Pioneer Square. I had a guy come up to me and just dirty, he put his arm around me we're good friends and stuff. He's like, hey, what's up, buddy? And oh my god, so it was his armpits right there, and it's just reeking.
Ugh.
I sound like such an idiot right now. I'm sorry.
No, dude.
I would actually give people 2 cigarettes.
Are you an asshole, man? Okay, if everyone was it's just fine.
Take my cigarettes.
There's just fucking anarchy everywhere. It's fine. Let's just let everyone do whatever the fuck they want.
When I went
because that's what we're letting them do. If I did this shit, I'd go to fucking jail.
Yeah.
If you did this shit, why is certain levels of anarchy acceptable? Because they've had a tough life. Everyone has a chance to have a tough life.
Yeah.
One bad day. Right?
One bad day. Everybody's had it too.
So instead of enabling every fucking thing they do, let's try to fix some problems.
Mm-hmm. It's tough. And I do kind of feel like some people don't want to help themselves.
No, they don't. They want to live off the system. But
I think that's true.
But if there's no more system to live off of, they'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's the hard fact.
Mm-hmm.
Either they'll die or they'll go somewhere else and try to live off that system. But if there's no system to live off of, you know what? I bet you they'll go out and fucking find a way to live.
Yeah.
Instead of being supported by everybody else.
It's almost like an enabling system, kind of.
It's like your kids. If you enable them to always play video games and never do anything else, well, of course they're just going to keep playing video games. Sometimes you have to cut the cord. You got to cut it off. And then they'll behave.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So why are we enabling these people like they're our fucking kids?
Trent gets a little uppity playing a video game. It's like, no more video games today, bro. And he's fine. Like, he'll get upset for a second, then go about his own day and fucking do what he needs to do. Maybe that's what we need to do as a society to homeless people, is to take their video games away, is what I'm taking.
Take their damn video games.
I mean, it may be harsh, man, and a lot of people will disagree, but like, enabling is just going to bring more and more and more and more.
For sure.
It's going to bring more crime. It's going to bring more drugs. It's going to bring more filth. And this is how plagues fucking start.
Yeah. I guess as a humanist, though, and I guess it's kind of a tough thing to come to terms with, is that you feel like you want to take everything on a case-by-case basis, because, of course, people's like situations are all different. But maybe in this case, like, you do kind of have to take it as a group of people, and not so much as individual entity. But I don't know. Maybe it's easier.
In my personal opinion,
to turn people into numbers instead of people. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's easier to.
In my personal opinion, the people that want to get help will get help if it's offered.
Yes. Also, there's a survival of the fittest type thing too. Like, obviously, when the going gets tough, the tough are going to get going. It's my same theory on. Sorry to offend anybody, but people with like peanut allergies are not meant to be alive. If a peanut's going to kill you, you should be dead. That's how it is. That's what it is.
Don't want
it is what it is. You weren't meant to be alive.
Fucking die,
you know?
please.
So it's just one of those things, man.
Peanut's not killing me. That's all I know.
It is a tough subject.
Yes, it is a tough subject.
All the way, and honestly, I don't care if you're liberal, you're right. There's no right answers.
Yes,
there really isn't.
We always come back on the homeless to like to complain about that.
It is
because it's a very homeless centric area that we live in.
It is, and it's a big problem that all these politicians are trying to fix and trying to figure out, and nothing gets done. And all of a sudden, there's just more. They're like, we're only like a few thousand away for being just as bad as LA, and we are fucking 3 times as small as LA.
Yeah, Portland too. It's just like this whole West Coast. So yeah, it's tough. Why don't they go inward to Middle America?
You know why? It's because they don't fucking allow it.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not getting any benefits here. You cannot panhandle. We will throw your ass in jail for the rest of your fucking life, pretty much. So you know what they do? They go somewhere that does allow it, that doesn't allow the enabling, that does allow the panhandling, that does allow safe injection sites, that does give you drugs if you overdose, man.
You got a good point, man. That's true.
Places with methadone clinics.
Because we're more tolerable here. That's why they're all here.
Exactly. It's because we allow it.
Mm-hmm.
All those other places, they don't want that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's totally true. And we all had big lives. Like, fucking, I'm not going to, like, if I were to get fired tomorrow or something like that, I wouldn't just be like, I think I would have the means to do something else, I guess, and not, I don't know. I don't have much worries about being a homeless individual, but like, there's also other things, like if people like, I mean, obviously, if you were to get sick being sick in this country is like bankruptable, like fucking, yeah. So like for somebody going through that and not having the means to maybe work and not have the means for healthcare, I mean, it's very easy to see that transition of, you could be like have all your mental faculties there, but be sick and get kind of just by this illness thrown into homelessness.
Yeah, or at
There's
the very
also that
least,
to take into account.
Like any savings, at the very least, like not even homelessness, you could have like 20 grand in savings that you saved up over decades.
Yeah,
and then you get sick once, and it's like boom,
bam,
you're gone.
Totally.
That house you wanted, you're not getting it. You're gonna have to sit in an apartment the rest of your life.
Healthcare in this country is horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should feel like universal health care should be on the list of things to get done. Not really legalizing marijuana. Like, marijuana's fun and all, but can we get the good stuff first?
Yeah,
the stuff that's not completely gonna
concentrate
fuck me.
on the stuff that matters and actually like keeping people alive and healthy.
Because I'm always afraid like I'm gonna get pneumonia or something, and I'm gonna have to sit in a tent in a hospital room, and then when I leave, I'm gonna be like, all right, that's gonna be $5,000. You can finance it, but it's gonna be $6,000.
Yeah,
but it's still something, right?
Like we work for work for a pretty big company, but
that's even with insurance.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of stuff that's covered on our insurance and stuff. Like we have fucking horrible deductibles and shit. So it could be.
Now I'm a contractor, so I get none of that anyway.
Oh, that's true. We have catastrophic insurance. If something totally horrible happened, because I forget what our deductible is. I think it's like $5,000. If we pay out more than $5,000, then they'll start taking care of things. I think is how it is.
We need to get like a good government job.
Yeah,
government jobs. They got that good shit.
Hell
Blue Cross Blue Shield
and great retirement stuff. Dang.
Yeah, my dad's like set. He always gets the good shit. When I go into a clinic with my dad's like insurance card, I'm under 26, so I can still, excuse me, still use his insurance. They're always like, "Wow, you have really good insurance."
Oh, so your
deductible is nothing. Yeah,
cool.
For now, yeah. I have 2 more years. I don't know what I'm gonna do afterwards. I don't know where I'm gonna get insurance from though. Yeah. I don't know what's good, what's bad. I just know that
it's all
some
bad,
government stuff is pretty okay. If you have some kind of city job or government job.
Yeah. Garbage man, I'm telling you. They make 6 figures and they have great insurance.
Is it hard to be a garbage man?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sure it's pretty sought after, you know?
Yeah, last time somebody told me about it, they really sold me on it. I would love to just drive around in a garbage truck and make 6 figures.
6 figures and benefits.
Yes.
And
I imagine retirement's great.
Like, yeah, you have to work every morning, but that's just, you're picking something up.
At our business, I guess they used to have pensions before. Like, I don't know what Emily's always complaining about. She got in on the ground floor where she still has like a pension and stuff like for retirement it's going to pay out. I don't got that shit. They don't do that anymore for us.
Yeah, she's been there a while, huh?
Yeah, like
she secured that
a decade.
A while ago.
I think it's like 14 years she's been there.
And she was afraid she was going to get fired. I don't believe that.
I don't think she'll. I think as far as
they'll put her somewhere before anything.
I think she's like the only woman in her department right now too. I think there might be like one more on the team that she's on. They're not.
So you could sue.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And arguably, she's probably safe because it's going to cost so much money to pay her out when she does have to leave.
For real.
That they're just like, we got to keep her on as long as we can.
Until she quits or something. That's why I was telling her, like, her issue at work. I don't want to say it, but like, I was just like, shh.
Yeah.
Say nothing.
Say nothing at all.
The way you can finish out your school, do all that.
It's not any different either than what most people do at that job either. Like you can just I'm very surprised at how hardworking everyone is. Yes, we're being
everyone's.
Are we being vague enough right now? Yeah.
Everyone works 16 hours a day and gets paid for 8. You know, it sucks.
On my end, I legitimately work a lot. So
you do,
yes.
I kind of feel bad most of the time when you're working at home, and I'm like, I was given the day off yesterday.
Yeah, I'm glad everybody understands and shit. Like when I had to cancel the last podcast, legitimately, I worked that whole fucking weekend, and I work late nights. And
are they just updates?
Yeah, pretty much. We almost had that happen on 4th of July. They were just for I guess I can't really go into detail.
It was for consumer.
Yeah, there's changes and stuff being done on the site. Price changes. I think what happened last time was with the cable service that is provided, there were channels being taken off and put on, but legally, so we have to make sure everything's in place to give people up, just legal wise, so they don't fucking get mad.
Yeah.
I understand that too, because I wasn't able to get Super Bowl this year because my cable service did not provide the channel that the Super Bowl was being broadcasted on. Isn't that weird?
I thought it was always on Fox. Basic TV.
I forget what it was on this time. I think it was CBS, but Fios, I think it was CBS this time. And Fios doesn't carry CBS.
What?
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah, and you can't rely on live streaming.
Yeah, it was something like that. So I ended up buying CBS All Access to watch it, and it ended up being the most boring Super Bowl ever. Anyway, but I did.
The last one. Yeah,
I did get some good. I saw Twilight Zone, a couple episodes. Those were pretty good. They have all the.
Nice.
I haven't watched the Star Trek Discovery yet. Maybe one day.
One day.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the captain in that one? Some rando?
Yeah, the girl from The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
John saw it. He said it's pretty good.
Yeah, but he'll say any Star Trek is pretty good.
That guy has his head so far up Star Trek's ass. It's ridiculous. I'm not even how I am with Star Wars. Not anywhere near how he is with Star Trek. So
yeah, you can say nothing.
I will say yes.
I don't know anything about Star Trek because I don't watch that bullshit show.
We always try to make it like a big Star Wars versus Star Trek thing. I think it's pretty one-sided because he's like Mr. Star Trek Encyclopedia, and I've seen Star Wars movies.
Have you seen the expanded universe though?
I've seen it and I've enjoyed it. It's fine.
Where is that guy anyway? He's just having a conversation out there while we're having.
Do you think you can actually handle this podcast for a second alone while I go urinate? I'm sure you have a lot to talk about. I'm sure you have a lot of good points.
I need two people, and I don't want to be alone.
John's got this for the first time ever.
Hello.
We've all done it. I've talked about my lawn furniture, I think, one time.
Okay. Hello. I just got my laptop. It's an Acer Monster. Cool $1,000. Pretty good. 144 hertz. GTX. Some kind of video card in there. It's pretty cool. Been playing Doom on there. It's a good game. Came out in 2016. A little old. Still good. Been playing it in preparation of Doom Eternal, which is coming out soon. Can only hope that the soundtrack is as good as that one. Because the first Doom, spoiler alert, has an amazing soundtrack. Look it up on Spotify or iTunes. It's really good. It's hyped. I work out to that song, lift to those songs, Rip and Tear, BFG Division, good ones right there. The 60 frames is just so good. Doom Eternal is just gonna be so damn good. It's just amazing. Someone's coming in here.
I'm back.
I'm just gonna. You came back before John did? What the fuck is he doing out there?
Saying goodbye to his beloved.
I don't give a shit. She's going on a private jet. Oh, poor Mary.
Mary Murphy has to go to Spokane today, so she's gonna fly away in her private jet.
The company's paying for it. Damn it. Poor Mary.
Poor Mary's gonna eat lobster tonight on her company credit card.
Wow. That sucks. Some people have the worst luck.
I also have a company credit card, by the way. Next time that they send me out, I think last time I went to Sacramento, it was like they sent me to bumfuck nowhere, Sacramento. Well, everybody else went to California, by the way.
What were you doing over there?
So they have, what do they call it? It's pretty much like preparation for if people ever strike. Like I'm pretty much training to scab, pretty much. That's what it is.
Wow.
So they had me out there like on telephone poles and learning like all this stuff, like in case people were to scab in case people were to strike and they need to send people out to do that work.
This is
that they would be
the company that
the company now. Yes. But
really,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean they sent me out for other things too, but this was like the latest thing, and you have to do it. Like when you become an employee, you'll have to do it every now and again, just in case something were to happen, and they need you to go out and work on like telephone wires and shit like that. Isn't that crazy?
What?
I hope I'm being as vague as possible. We obviously we have not revealed where we work at, but the company that we did work. Oh my god, dude! We need to cut this part out of the podcast. I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't think we can talk about this.
No, I think we're good for now. But that's just crazy. You would have to. It's like you're an exec at Universal Studios, and just like, all right, get out there and fix that TiVo.
What's this timestamp? I have to cut this part out.
Okay.
All right, 1:30.
1:30.
And John Man, when you are ready, cut it back in now. Anyway, we're talking about.
John Man just got in. We're talking about hookers.
Yes, we were.
Amsterdam, am I right?
I'm right. Yeah, you're right.
I might need you to cut out 1:30 to 1:34. I might have revealed a little bit too much about my work practices.
Okay.
So if we could do that, 1:30 to 1:34, cut it out.
And I'm just gonna take this. I don't think it was that much.
No, well, I'm just
to be sure.
We are live and unfiltered.
Sure. We are live and unfiltered. Just to be sure.
I'll take a listen.
It's not that bad, honestly.
I could cut it out.
I will now choke on this smoke.
Sorry, the wife is leaving for a few days,
and we're back.
How was that, John?
That's cool.
Excellent.
What are you gonna do for these next few days?
I inhaled it perfectly.
Fucking work, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I have it off, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll just probably watch a lot of YouTube and.
Nice.
You know that whole thing.
John and I'll just come by and just hit up the keg every now and again.
Well, that's okay, man. You guys are more than welcome to.
Yeah.
Come hit up
I have a laptop now, so I'll play some Doom.
Yes.
I can game anywhere, anytime, any place.
Yeah, boy.
How's
as long as it is well ventilated, so
how's
I don't
everything going over there?
Oh, pretty good. We've given up on on Spider-Man, so I'm all free for the rest of the day.
Oh,
good.
There's a little bit of shenanigans with Emma and her boyfriend and the family over there, and how things are gonna go. Emma told me a bunch of garbage about how she was gonna have so we're gonna go see this movie today. Emma said she does not want to go. She wanted to go hang out with her boyfriend, but I bought her a ticket.
Tom?
Yeah, right, Tom Holland. I never bought her a ticket.
She's
so I'm
obsessed with him.
Now I got to figure out, Emma, how I'm gonna get these refunds. Turns out the tickets were for the wrong day anyway, so I have to get refunds anyhow.
Yeah.
So that's all mute. But she said that the boyfriend's parents were gonna pick her up at noon. That didn't happen. Emily texted the boyfriend's parents. They had no idea anything was going on today.
Oh.
This boy had commitments with his dad to help him out and different things today. So it's I don't know. So that's a big fiasco where she still wants to go over there.
Bad timekeeping.
Yeah, and then the boyfriend's parents still are like, well, we're going to pick her up, but we do have to run down to pick up some stuff in this area. And I'm just like, oh, well, I'm not really comfortable with them being alone there when you guys pick up the shit up.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you take her with you?
So,
just her.
How are the parents, by the way?
They're fine. They're great.
Are they?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Are they?
Are they? One of them's Australian. The other one works. Coincidentally enough, works at Microsoft.
Is that where you went hang out with friends?
No. They live not too far from us though, because they both go to the same school. They live in Juanita, and so it's fine.
Yeah.
We haven't hung out much.
Microsoft.
Emily and the mother have hung out a couple times and gone to lunch. But I haven't hung out.
That's good.
To scheme.
Repair.
Yeah.
Rapport, I guess.
Seemed alright. I went to go pick her up the other day, and the dad's like, "Hey, what's up? You want to come in?" And he was playing Halo or something. Yeah. It's big.
We get it. You're cool.
We get it. You're cool, man.
Yeah.
You have time to play games. Shut up.
Yeah.
Where do you find
you work at Microsoft?
the time?
Where do you find the time? I wish.
Oh, was he like, oh, good eye, mate?
Yeah. He was like, good eye, mate. I'm just playing some Halo.
Good eye.
Huh.
I'm playing some Halo with my crocodile.
You know, I don't know where you find time for video games anymore, man. I just don't have it.
Shocking enough, you have John Madden's one of the biggest Gods of War fans. Bought the new God of War. Has it ready to go.
Kind of looks like him too.
Yep, ready to go. Fire up. He has not played it yet.
I have not.
Why
he just got a pile of ash and threw it in his face.
Dude, I just don't have time, man. Honestly, between work and if I want to do any extracurricular activities, it has to be on the weekends. If I want to hang out with anybody or have a social life, You know, it has to be on the weekends. And if I want to hang out with my wife at all, you know, it's like, where do I find time to hang out with the wife, do any extracurricular activities, do my own personal errands, like what I need to get done around the house or this or that, you know, if I want to mow the lawn or weed.
You just got to shed those pesky relationships and responsibilities.
Concentrate on what matters.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is for me too, is I have the kids. There's obviously this housework. And then by the time we're all done for the day, like just an exhausting run to get from bedtime to bedtime. It seems like when I wake up in the morning, sometimes in the morning, I just can't wait till I'm back in bed. Yeah. Like I'm just like, God, why can't I just be done with today and back in bed?
Yeah.
But yeah, we do all the stuff and like mostly everything's pretty kid centric. And then, you know, you have the housework and then you get home and then at that time, that's the only time that you and your girl have together. So that's like your time.
Yeah.
So there's no really.
You're not gonna get laid any other time.
It's exhausting.
There's
exhausting, man.
There's no video game time to put it anywhere.
Yeah. So that's why I haven't played God of War, man.
Emily had a couple of. She had like bachelorette parties. There's like a big span where she was like gone for a couple weekends. That's literally the only time that I got to play the Red Dead Redemption game. Which was totally worth it. It was fun.
But when she leaves, like you still have to do daddy duties, you know.
So it's like literally I do it, but all alone. But instead of that Emily time at the end of the day, that's when I fit in that Red Dead Redemption time. Yeah. I didn't tell her this, but I hooked up the Xbox in the bedroom while she was gone, just so I could do that. Like put all the kids to bed, hook up the Xbox, and I was like,
it's exhausting, man. Like when I get home from work, I'm just like, I want to go sit on the couch.
You just want to have fucking a beer and sit down on the couch and relax.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I do pretty much every night.
Mm-hmm.
It got hot in here pretty quick, didn't it?
Did.
Opened up a window.
It's like every sound studio.
Did you guys finish the homeless resolution while I was gone?
We did. We figured out.
We figured out homelessness. It is no longer a problem. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Good.
You'll see.
It's solved.
Yeah. You'll see.
Awesome. You can thank the sandwich later.
Yes.
Green.
If you want to email me for my Nobel Peace Prize, it's john@sandwich.edu because I'm a professor of political science.
See, look at that. Look at that color. Look how pale that is.
Dude, we should get our own emails, though.
We should.
Yeah. That'd be so professional.
At sandwich emails?
Yeah, like
at the sandwich.
Eric
at the sandwich.
At the sandwich.
If not, just DM, Twitter, or YouTube.
If you Twitter us, no one's going to look at it. No, I'm just joking.
I think I'll get a notification.
I will look at it.
And I'll be like, I'm not answering this asshole.
I'm signed into the Twitter now, so I'm going to try to take over that Twitter feed. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to learn it as I go along.
You're going to learn it? You're going to get woke on Twitter?
Mm-hmm. I'm not touching the Snapchat one, though. Fucking.
Yeah, Snapchat is
I wash my hands of that.
I do have a Snapchat. Nice Snapchat.
Wendell's picks.
Oh yeah, I guess we could do that. Are we running out of stuff to talk about?
I don't know.
Is that what's going on?
I just saw it, and it feels like ages ago since I last looked at Wendell's picks.
I feel like we haven't really talked about anything today, really.
You know, that's okay.
That shit.
Let's do Wendell's picks. Let's see. Let's do some fresh fallen snow.
All right.
Some fresh powder, bruh.
All right, so this is the part of the show where Wendell kind of picks the topics and then he gives us his answer.
Oh, okay. So is Wendell going to pick the topics and we'll talk about it and then he'll give us the answer?
Yeah, and he'll give us his answer.
Okay.
All right, so it's that point in time at an hour and 43. So Wendell wanted to pick your death row meal. Let's say you're on death row and you have one last meal. What would your one last meal be?
It could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Made by anyone.
I don't know if they'll make it by anybody, but...
I mean, I can't ask for Gordon Ramsay to make some murderer's meal. You'd be like, fuck that asshole.
But what would your last meal be?
It'd have to be just a scrumptious, juicy burger.
I mean, so you have to think about this, man. So there's lots of factors. Like, if you let me set the scene for a second. You're on death row. It's your last meal. Like, what do you think about? Do you want something from your childhood when days were better?
That's what I'm trying to.
Do you want something like super nostalgic? Do you want something like disgustingly that just makes you super full, and that way you're just like the last thing on your mind's not like, oh, I'm kind of fucking hungry.
When they kill
you know,
me, I just immediately shit my pants.
Yeah. You know, like so.
Stick it to the man one last time.
Yeah,
mango smoothie.
So put your. You don't want to put your mindset to that, but like just like that. You know.
Yeah. I'm kind of just bordering on the nostalgic factor, I think. Why do you go, John? Do you have anything?
Just, I'd still have to go with like some kind of burger with bacon.
Some French
toasted
fries.
Bun with butter.
French fries, yeah.
Yeah, just probably. Annihilate it. I would definitely move towards, something that I could just destroy.
Yeah.
I don't need a steak with like fancy anything.
Yeah.
I just want something I want to fill up on.
I might
even be McDonald's.
I might actually go with a country fried steak, smothered in gravy.
Oh, I changed my answer. It'd definitely be like a breakfast platter.
Yeah.
With hash browns,
sausages for dipping into the gravy.
Yep. Some flapjacks.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Loaded baked potato maybe on the side.
I think when you go into like an actual restaurant where they have the options of, they serve breakfast all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the ones where they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's kind of like a cafe, yeah.
Yeah. What's your go-to? Like when you have those three options.
Those cafe.
Yeah.
The breakfast cafes. I always do breakfast.
Yeah.
I've always been like breakfast style.
Yeah.
Even if it's like 5 o'clock or something like that, I'll still have breakfast usually.
One thing I've been getting
because usually those cafes are more geared towards breakfast, so their breakfast food is usually better. Usually better.
Yeah, like the Sawmill. You've ever been there?
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Deep in the heart of Santa Monica, California.
I don't think I've been there.
The Mukilteo Speedway Cafe is owned by the same people.
Yeah, they have basically the same menu. Yeah, they have some good breakfast. They have loaded hash browns. Or no, that's Sherry's. Sorry. Sherry's has that loaded hash browns.
Oh my god! And I'd wash it down with a pie shake for my last meal.
All right, so you chose breakfast? Is that some flat? So Eric, what would you do?
Mine would be these. I'd do the chicken fried steak. With mashed potatoes. Have it all smothered in gravy with sausages.
What kind of gravy? Brown or white?
White.
Okay.
And then I might even, if the option was there, poutine probably too as well.
Poutine side. I love
poutine. Poutine is so good. And
some grits.
And I think that'd be it. And maybe some of John's fantastic Mexican street corn.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. It is really good. You folks need to have some of that street corn. Maybe we can do a John Cook's episode one day where you make some Mexican street corn.
Make some street corn, some salsa, some fish tacos. Yeah.
As far as nostalgia factor, maybe like my grandma made this terrific meat potato. It was like ground beef potato, green chili soup, or maybe like a nice bowl of like fideo.
That sounds good.
Maybe all together.
I'm hungry now.
It's my last meal, so all that together on one table.
I guess I have a couple so I would choose the Malfattis from when we all went nostalgic. Malfattis from Napa Valley, California Depot.
But perfectly the way you remember it.
But perfectly the way I remember it. And then hopefully they'd let me cook and I would make one of my cheeseburgers.
Just let me. Let me get in there.
Just let me.
Cheeseburgers would definitely be there. Yeah.
Cheeseburger, fries, milkshake, Coca-Cola.
You think they'd let you?
Probably not. But like if it's my last meal, I'm gonna.
It's like I'm not going anywhere. You just have like the sheriff right behind you, and he's like,
okay. Start slicing throats with a metal spatula.
Yep. So before we get into Wendell's picks, let's check out some of what other people have actually picked on death row.
Okay. I imagine, can we get like a pie chart? I imagine steak's probably the most.
Steak is a big one. You might have it on this one. The one guy who got grape. He got one grape.
Just a single grape?
So just tell you to fuck you.
Steak's like hard to do right though. It depends on how you like it. Like imagine if you're ordering your last meal
I wouldn't trust them.
and you get it done, like you get it back well done. Like what a slap.
What are you gonna send it back?
Yeah. So this guy got a Salisbury steak, steamed rice, brown gravy, and vegetable blend with sweet peas.
When is have you guys had Salisbury steak before? When's the last time you guys had Salisbury steak? I make
a great Salisbury steak.
I haven't had it in years. I fucking love Salisbury steak.
What makes
I
it
make an
Salisbury?
amazing Salisbury steak. It's the gravy.
It's the gravy.
Yes.
Well,
I don't think I've had that.
I was talking to Emily about this, my girlfriend. She's never had Salisbury steak either. I'm just like, we need to go find a place. I make a great
Salisbury steak.
Maybe we should have a Salisbury steak night.
Yeah, I will do that.
2, please.
I fucking love Salisbury steak.
I'll be there as well.
All right, yeah. Well, we'll do like the 4th of July thing. We'll have like the same people over, and I'll make Salisbury steak.
All right.
So this guy got
Bean tapatio?
Let's see.
What is that? Kimchi? What did that say?
Rice?
Steak, rice, and a baked potato. Pretty generic.
Pretty stand.
Baked potato. That's a good choice. I think.
This guy got.
I would go loaded baked potato with a lot of sour cream and bacon and chives, maybe some green onions on there.
This one had 2 peanut butter cups and a Dr. Pepper.
Weird.
Not bad.
Like Reese's peanut butter cups, right?
Obviously, this man is a psychopath.
He just likes the snacks.
Why would you just...
Pizza. Pizza's pretty good,
pizza,
man.
Sausage, pepperoni, chicken wings, and buffalo
Looks
sauce.
like a Sprite.
I think if I was in a cell for that long, I'd be like, bring me some fucking Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
I would definitely go for wings, for sure.
Wings.
All right, so this one was
salad.
Rare ribeye steak, a baked potato, butter, sour cream, and salad made with iceberg lettuce, cucumber, tomato.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
So healthy, well-balanced breakfast right
This
there.
one wanted baked chicken, mashed potatoes, country gravy, green beans, black-eyed peas, and a slice of bread.
I love that.
Sliced bread and mandarin orange cake.
Pizza.
More pizza.
I feel like the tray would matter to me. I would ask for actual...
Can I have a plate,
I would ask for
please?
a plate and silverware.
Another baked chicken, black-eyed peas.
What am I going to do? Kill myself? What's it? Like, I'm You're mad if I kill myself before?
Like, I just saved you some
saving
bucks.
you money.
Steak, pasta, some tomatoes.
Some cucumbers.
Ooh, those tomatoes look pretty good.
This one looks like a
Some
barbecue
beef stew.
sandwich. All right. So, I mean, like, they're a little bit...
There's this one guy that asked for a grape with no pit. And that's what he
grape
ate.
with no pit?
Yeah.
Like one single grape?
One single grape, and they gave him one grape as like a fuck you to the penitentiary, I think.
Grapes are great. I love grapes, but...
Yeah. It's like, that's the last meal you're gonna eat? You're gonna waste it
Right?
on just sticking it to someone? I guess if you're that kind of person, but
Yeah,
I'd be asking for everything.
I would.
All right. Wendell has quite the menu. All right. So, Wendell's picks for his last death row meal would be fried catfish with collard greens and fried okra.
Oh.
Carne asada
He's the
street
only guy that
tacos.
went for fish.
Yes.
With salsa verde, gumbo, jambalaya, grilled salmon with asparagus.
Is he from the South?
He is.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
Southern
like
home
3
food.
entrees, though.
Yeah, well, it's his last meal. I guess he wants a little bit of everything.
I'm sensing a theme with the catfish and the gumbo.
Jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
A good
is good.
jambalaya.
It is
Dude,
really
so he made me some shrimp and grits.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, spot
Yeah.
on.
So my next request for when Wendell comes over and cooks is I want him to make this fried catfish dish that he's talking about.
Austin, that guitar player guy.
Yeah.
That we work with, Austin.
Uh-huh.
He makes a great jambalaya.
Does he?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he's from like the South. He's
Yeah.
from like Texas and stuff too.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
That's a
love
good
food.
pick.
Though.
That's a good pick.
It is a good pick, man. You know, so what's crazy about this is mostly everybody's is a little bit different. So it kind of makes me think, maybe it's more of like a nostalgic.
I would say so.
More of
I
a
think you'd
nostalgic
want
pick.
something nostalgic to like take you back to a certain point.
Yeah.
Because that's food. Food has a fucking memory, folks.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Man.
It does.
It's
really
like
does.
they've proven that smell is your most potent memory booster. Like, have you ever been at that point where you like smell something and you're instantly taken back to your childhood and you're like, wow, that's like my grandma's house right there.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that. But like with visuals, you're not.
Yeah.
It's the smell and the taste of things that really brings you back. That's like your primal, like what is it? Hypothalamus? Hypothalamus brain firing off right there.
That bromine smell, it's from Pirates of the Caribbean, the water smell of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah. Like
It
that
always takes me
murky,
back there, yes.
that murky water.
That is actually bromine. So instead of chlorine, I found that they use bromine there, which is actually a little more expensive, keeps the water cleaner, and does have that smell.
Yeah, that kind of murky, musky
smell. Yeah. And that's what they pay that extra expense. Yeah,
just for that smell.
To keep that water clean and for that nostalgic smell.
Well, because the murky smell, you want that in a Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes. It takes you to a certain place.
It does, man. That ride is amazing.
It is amazing.
Sorry, before we get off track. Thank you, Wendell, for Wendell's picks.
Thanks, Wendell.
This segment was awesome. So
now go fly a plane.
Wendell's eating catfish. Yeah. Get that catfish.
Teach me to fly.
Pilot. Oh, yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean, that is like one of the best Disney. I think we're gonna go Disneyland in September.
Oh my god, I can't wait to go. My brother, fucking asshole, sent me pictures of him having a beer at the Star Wars Cantina this past weekend. When was it? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Was the song on? What was it?
He was scrolling around there, and then there were like creatures like up top, just like ambiance and stuff, and they're like moving around, like all weird. Cool. And then, like, scroll down, he had a beer, and he was like,
I heard because of Star Wars Land, the rest of Disneyland is ghost town. Which is fine by me. I hope it's like that.
Time to go.
Right now would be the perfect time to go.
Because I don't give a shit about Star Wars Land. I just want to go fucking do everything else.
Mm-hmm. I would totally be taking advantage of that right now and shit, too.
Have you ever had
Isn't that a miracle though? Like they never served alcohol in Star Wars Land or Disneyland.
Disneyland, yeah. But they did California Adventure.
California Adventure has it. Mm-hmm. Star Wars has it.
Have you ever had a gray matter?
No.
In with the Beauty of the Beast and kind of like the old town, kind of by that western, but kind of by the western area.
Mm-hmm. Is that the gray stuff?
The gray stuff, yes.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that stuff amazing?
So isn't that the duck? Isn't that the duck?
No, dude, that's sweet. Not? No, gray stuff is that sweet like chocolate mousse.
Oh
stuff.
yes, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Confusing things.
Yeah, you are confusing things
with another kind of controversial topic.
Yes, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Duck sauce.
Duck sauce.
Really forcibly.
What about Dole Whip? Do you like the Dole Whip floats?
I love the Dole Whip. Turns out that up here at Menchie's, they have the Dole Whip here available.
Do they have the Dole Whip floats though?
They don't have the Dole Whip floats. You can float it if you were to take the Dole Whip home.
Yes. But it was like one of those things. Like me and Mary, we were there, and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be good, but let's try it. And we had a Dole Whip float. Best fucking thing ever, man.
Oh my god, I'm sure it's delicious. Have you?
Oh, you've never had a float?
To the
wait, you haven't had the float?
The Dole Whip float?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, it is fucking. It takes it to a whole nother level, man.
Obviously.
Where is this at?
Disneyland.
In Disneyland, it's like at the Tiki Bar. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
It's kind of by.
It's right next to the Tiki Room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where they.
If you don't know where that is, it is in Frontierland / Adventureland.
Yeah.
It's where they serve the skewers. Those little tasty little.
Yeah. Oh, that whole place got a little bit of a remodel.
Oh, okay. I thought you told me they took it all out.
I was about ready to flip I was about ready to flip this table. I was about ready to flip this table.
Don't you dare!
If anything, they expanded that restaurant that had the skewers and everything like that. But before, it was like a big clusterfuck around that area. So they really remodeled that whole thing. But the restaurant looks different. They still got the skewers, though. I don't know if they still have the gray matter.
Have you ever eaten at the Blue Bayou?
Yeah, of course.
I have. Delicious.
Dude, like when we got into the Blue Bayou, man, it was so awesome. Me and Mary were on our honeymoon, and we got
that's sweet.
the perfect on the water tables.
Oh, nice.
A two-top on the water table.
It's so magical.
You see all the people.
With the bayou
and then like the little tiny like twinkles, the fireflies, man.
So great.
The crickets going.
Oh, so amazing, man.
I love Disneyland. I think that's my death wish for you. That just take me to Disneyland.
Take me to Disneyland.
Take me to Disneyland.
Dude, everything is about setting the scene and setting the tone.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that Disneyland does that is half-assed.
No.
Like it could be a shitty ride.
Artists.
Like anywhere else, a shitty ride. You put that ride, the same mechanics everywhere. Oh, lame. I could get this at a state fair. Mm-hmm. But you put Disney's imagination behind it, setting the scene, everything fucking amazing.
Say what you will about Disney, Evil Empire, they take care of their fucking guests, man.
They
show
do,
you
man.
A good time.
It is
that
truly
vision.
The happiest place on earth.
Yes, it is. I love it.
So I think in 3 years, so me and Mary, we're going to try and go to Disneyland every other year. And then every 5 years for an anniversary, we're going to go to a new land. So in 3 more years, we're going to go to World. And then 5 years after that, we're probably going to go to the Paris or China one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So every 5 years, we're going to go to a new Disney area.
Yeah. We're talking about doing a trip to Disney World. Emily's been a couple times. I've never been.
Yeah. Neither
pretty cool.
Because they have like the Hawaii Disney. I mean, it's just a resort, but it's still Disney. And then they have like the Disney cruise.
Disney cruises would be cool.
Yeah. They have that the China one, and then they have the Paris one.
I will say though, like you might want to go to the Disney cruise now, but I heard there's a lot of kids on those cruises.
Oh, really?
Dude, I don't give a shit because I feel like a kid when I'm at Disneyland, man.
I'm one of them.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
No.
I feel like
It's
Michael
pretty
Jackson.
terrible.
I feel like Michael Jackson up in my wishing tree when I go to Disneyland.
All there is, you can't leave now, kids. All there is ocean out there. There's no running from me.
Yeah.
All there is to do on a cruise is eat and deal with fucking kids that are just running around on the deck.
If you can get all those inclusive packages though, that include like the booze and stuff like that.
Well, the thing is, there's adult cruises out there too.
Yes, sir. You want to do an adult cruise for sure.
So I've always also been thinking about buying the.
Didn't Chris Jericho have his own cruise?
Yeah, he's having one, another one this year too.
Rated R.
We should go to that one, the Rated R cruise. Rated R cruise style.
Been thinking about buying the timeshare through Disney.
Oh, really?
It's like $15,000.
I think we talked about that before. Yeah.
But you also get access to third-party timeshare vacation rentals, which have cruises. 15? Yeah, and then like guided tours of like anywhere in the world. Any in the world. How many
year do you get spots there?
I think you get a week every year.
Okay.
But if you don't use your week one year, you could take that whole week and transfer it to the next year.
Is it like a home? What is it?
So it's like a point system based. So okay.
What do you, so you pay us $1,500? What's the extra on top? Is it just,
it's not $1,500. It's $15,000.
$15,000
for like 50 years or something like that. So you pick your home base.
Wait, $15,000 one time or $15,000 over the course?
$15,000 you can make payments. $15,000 one time. Like you could pay it off. Like you could do payment installments
over the course of 50 years.
No, over the course of like 10 years.
Okay.
But you get that timeshare. Once you pay for it, you have 50 years of, it includes a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. So for one, you pick your home base, and let's say your home base is in like Disneyland, which is kind of hard to get. Mm-hmm. So you get up to 12, like right now, Disney is only like 3 months you could book in advance.
Yeah.
So you get like 8 months advance booking. And then you get since you're stationed at Disneyland, you get like first pick of everything. Mm-hmm. And then you get like this premium in-park members only type room. Mm-hmm. And you get that, I think it's a point-based system, so you could use it for like a week. So it's like 5 days, pretty much. But you could use that anywhere you go, but you don't get as long of a time to bid for your vacation, like to book it, like if you're going to like Disney World or other Disney spots.
Okay.
But they also partner up with like other third parties that have like guided tours like in Europe that you could, spend your points on. They have like all this stuff you could do. They have like 4,000 different destinations around the world.
Is there a website for this? Can you send me some literature?
Yeah.
All right, send me some.
It's called like Disney. Yeah, I will definitely send you some literature because me and Mary are thinking about buying it. $15,000.
I'd be interested in doing something like that.
And then we get, so if you get like the hotel, I'm pretty sure all of your passes for Disneyland are paid for too.
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
So $15,000 for like 50 years or 40 years or something like that. And every year you pretty much get a week in Disneyland or other places. Like other places are more expensive, so you might have to skip a year and then use that week's and then put it on like the next year's just to get that week because other places are more expensive, right?
Well, I guess if it includes like a week at Disneyland, you figure.
Yeah, if you do that every year,
yeah, that's pretty good.
$100 a pop a day.
Yeah,
like you have to think. For me and Mary, it's like for like 3 or 4 days or like 4 days passes for both of us. It's like $800.
Yeah, for sure.
Just for us two to go. That's just the passes.
Yeah.
That's not a hotel.
Food, hotels,
but
travel.
like these like Disney like hotels, they have like usually 3 meals a day. You know, they have like all the amenities with it, like pool and
so
all this
meals
stuff.
are included too?
I think so, like the like continental stuff, like the continental breakfast or whatever, and then they give you like I think like snack packs and stuff, like you know, like for throughout the day and shit.
Well, like I remember we did a Costco plan for 1 year. That was like $5,000. So this is like 15 grand, right? That was $5,000 for just 5 days of Disneyland once.
So was like food included? Like
food was included.
Okay, so that's what it would be like every single year.
Yeah.
You would be staying pretty much where you stay.
You would make your money back for sure.
Oh, if you went.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like with this, there's thousands upon thousands of other destinations that aren't Disney, but are Disney partners with the timeshare. You know, so it is a timeshare, which scares a lot of people. But if you fucking use it,
yeah,
why not?
Yeah, right.
You know, okay, so I'm gonna go to Ireland and get a timeshare. I'll use my timeshare points to get my room paid for and all this stuff. So the only thing you really have to pay for is flights.
For sure.
You know, so why wouldn't I do that?
That's what Emily was talking about. Taking her trip to Europe one time. She was like, yeah, like I really want to go back to Paris, but like I want to go to the back end. I'm like, well, if we are going to go to Paris, like if we were to do that, I have to go to Disneyland Paris. It's just what it is. We have to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, fucking, why wouldn't you? Jesus.
I don't know, man. But yeah, so me and Mary, we've been thinking about doing that for a couple of years. We're going to go to Disneyland in September.
Dude,
I could almost guarantee you if we go walk past a timeshare person, we'll probably sign up. You know, it's just one of those things like, fuck.
What's your guys' favorite ride at Disneyland?
Indiana Jones. I love that one.
That is a good one.
It's so theatrical and just so fun. It's like a real experience.
It is, yeah.
It used to be Space Mountain, but then have you rode Space Mountain?
Dude, that thing is jerky.
It's jerky.
No. The
everything.
Space Mountain's fun. Matterhorn.
Matterhorn hurts. Yeah.
Yes.
Granted, you don't have to sit in someone's crotch anymore.
Yeah.
Which is nice. That's very nice.
They really need to smooth it out.
Yeah, those turns are hard. They'll hit your elbow or your waist. And it's just solid metal.
I have to go classic. I have to go Pirates of the Caribbean. Or even like Haunted Mansion, or even
Haunted Mansion is pretty good too.
Peter Pan the ride.
All right, I will say this: California Adventure. I hate that fucking Ferris wheel.
Oh yeah,
the one that moves like this.
So
that one, my brother is scared to death of that.
There's two options on the Ferris wheel California Adventure. One, it doesn't move. The other ones are set on like pivots
where they swing around,
like those toys and shit where you can like roll around. Scariest fucking ride at Disneyland. All right, California Adventure.
Yeah, you have no seat belt. You're just rolling around.
You're just roaming around screaming. Horrible.
You hit that one point and then you just start sliding faster and faster, and then you hit the bend, and
plus you're like stuck up there and you're just like, God damn, get me off this fucking monstrous ride.
That one's pretty good. I like that one.
So it's the Disney Vacation Club. Check it out.
I will.
There's lots of cool stuff
for a sweet $15,000.
Some of them are a little bit more expensive. Like the Hawaii one's like $30,000. But you get stationed in Hawaii, which means you get like first pick of like rooms and hotels and all the amenities. But anyway, my favorite ride. So, okay, you've been to California Adventure a lot, right? Every single time I've gone, I can never get into the Toy Story ride because the line is so fucking long.
Really?
Right by the Ferris wheel and
you're not missing much.
Yeah. I've been on there once. It's all right.
So why is that ride so long though? Like
it's new. It's
probably
newish.
It's nothing special. I mean,
it's shooting
cool because you can shoot stuff. And they have your score at the very end.
Well, no. I'm talking about the one by the roller coaster.
Yeah, that's the one. It's a shooting thing.
Oh, really? Isn't that the same one that's in on the other side of California Adventure too? There's two Toy Story rides. There's the Buzz Lightyear shooting one.
Adventure, and then there's one.
Oh, in Disney.
Tomorrow World.
Yes.
Tomorrowland.
Are they the same thing? Yes. There was one in
shooting things.
Yeah.
One's more cowboy-y.
Okay, and then one's more Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear,
Space Buzz Lightyear, Adventureland, or what is it? Future.
Yeah, futuristic. Yeah. All right, so mine's not a favorite ride, but I love the World of Wonder water display in California Adventure.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, with the fire and World of Color.
Have you guys seen that with all the music and all the shit? Cool. Dude, that shit is amazing.
Fantasmic too is tight.
Which one's Fantasmic?
Fantasmic's the one on the
boat
of America.
Yep.
That one's good too.
Oh, I forgot about this ride in California Adventure in the Frontier area. Is the fucking water rafting ride. That's the best ride. That's I think I get the most excited.
Grizzly Peak or Grizzly Mountain?
Oh yes, that one's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we talking about the same?
Water rafting? Yeah. With the wolf head.
Yep.
That one they revamped too. In Disneyland, the train ride. What is that?
Runaway train. Something.
Oh, something.
Thunderhead Mountain or something.
Yep.
That one, the fucking they really improved that shit. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Well, it used to be a kids ride, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know why they changed it all up? Someone fucking died on it.
Really? Did they?
Yeah, someone was on the tracks, I think. Like someone went to retrieve something on the tracks and they got
dark Disney
annihilated, or it was.
I'm pretty sure it says no walking on tracks.
Yes.
Right. I'm pretty sure, or someone was too tall, maybe, and they got like pushed out and they died. I don't know.
That's crazy.
And I think the California law, it was on something I read. They have to almost completely change the ride in every way in order to avoid any further legal action.
Oh, really?
So,
you know what's really
if someone
too?
dies, they got to close it down for years. Really,
Toontown is pretty underrated.
It is. That Roger Rabbit cartoon spins a lot of fun.
That's the Who Framed, is it Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
That ride is the one that I think has the longest wait.
Yeah.
That one seems to go on for fucking ever.
It breaks all the time too.
It's very
or someone throws up on it. So
and you turn a corner. There's also a bunch of fucking kids in there, but you turn the corner and there's always another goddamn hallway.
Thematically though, that's fun. The whole wait is awesome because it has all like the transistors.
Yeah, you have things to look at, like doors and stuff. But
I'd say
maybe that's what makes it
Disney
so long.
does that the better out of any theme park and shit. It's just the waits to get to the lines and stuff.
That's what makes Indiana Jones so good too.
Yep.
Like the one pole you could push and
I love fast passes too, man. So when me and Mary went, we didn't take the fast pass lane. We went the single rider. It's just two of us.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time we were able to get on the same ride like together.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We just went single rider. They're like, all right, we got one more. So we just single ridered that shit. That's the way to go, man. Single rider. If it's just you and one other person.
I took the kids to Disneyland. So this is the same time where we had the Costco package.
Uh-huh.
We went during the holiday season. I think Christmas Eve, we were there at Disneyland. Nobody fucking there. No waits for anything. It was the great. Disney Christmas Day was horrible.
But Christmas Eve is just amazing.
But Christmas Eve was like empty, amazing. Fucking got to go on everything.
So me and Mary went.
Magical.
We got to see all the Halloween decorations, which was awesome. So we got the Haunted Mansion was all Nightmare Before Christmas. Cool?
And they make it snow there on Main Street too. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Fucking love Disneyland, man.
I love Disneyland too. Jesus Christ, can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
I don't know if it's the nostalgia or just the quality of so many things.
It's the quality, man.
Gets me.
Every single time, it's not like, for me, it's not like I'm chasing nostalgia when I'm there. Every single time I feel like I'm making new nostalgia. Yeah. And like every single time I leave, it's like, I just want to go back and experience that again.
I'm definitely not on my phone when I'm at Disneyland.
For sure.
I am there
that's
in
true.
the moment at Disneyland.
Yep.
They even made waiting in line better. Like, I don't know if you've been there recently, but the way they cut the lines and have people wait is like 1,000 times faster now. I was so fucking surprised last time I went. No line exceeded like 30 minutes aside from Indiana Jones at peak hours. That was like maybe 45 minutes. But even then, like, I remember like going with my parents and they're like, 2-hour wait, bitch.
I will say the second week of September
was not bad.
The best time to go. There's nobody there.
Oh, everyone's at school.
Yeah. The only downside is they only do fireworks on the weekends. So and they close a little bit earlier, but you're there so long and you get to ride every single ride.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And it's still hot. You know, September's a hot month for California, so you still get to enjoy like the water rides and all that. Yeah. But the second week of September is the best time to go. That's when we're going to go this year. Second week of September.
I want to go to Tokyo Disney.
My brother was at, like I said, my brother's at Disneyland. There was a 6.4 earthquake over the weekend.
Oh yeah,
I heard about that.
Plus the 7.1. There has been literally I think the last clock was there's been 3,700 earthquakes.
Just from aftershocks
Just
and stuff?
aftershocks, like over the whole weekend.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. That's crazy.
It's a lot.
That is a lot.
It's a lot of earthquakes.
7.1 too. That's big. Like,
That is big.
That's pretty hefty.
Isn't that the biggest one they've had in a couple decades?
Yeah, I think we consider 8 to be like if the big one were to happen, I think it would be an 8.
8 or 9, yeah.
And that's when it gets really deadly.
That's when it's like shaking for like a minute solid, right?
Yeah.
Like violently.
I saw this one
Even that
YouTube
shit scares
video.
me too, because like fucking like all the faults like all connected and stuff. I don't want any of that shit to happen up here.
No, fuck no.
That too, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Saw this YouTube video of this girl doing a makeup tutorial. She posted it later on. She was like doing her lipstick.
Did she stab herself in the eye?
No, she did the classic like across her face.
She went, "Bleh."
And it was fucking nuts how much her room was shaking. Like she was literally just like everything in her room was just shaking and falling down while she was trying to do some kind of makeup tutorial. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, wow.
How much that shakes. And that was only a few hours after that earthquake too that she posted.
So just
that.
like the aftershocks are just crazy, huh?
Yeah. Really.
That is scary,
really
man.
up. Like I thought it was just like a little vibration, but her chair was like going back and forth and all that stuff. That looked fucking nuts. I would be scared. What do you do during an earthquake? You're from California.
Yeah, you just kind of take it, I guess.
Jump under a table, I guess.
You bite down on something and just take it.
Go in the middle of the street where nothing can fall on you, I guess.
Have you experienced any earthquakes?
Yes, I have. A lot in my day. So the go-to is get in a doorway.
Door jam.
Is what we've always been told. Get into a doorway, like that's the safest spot. I think I was in the bathtub one time when one happened, and the fucking water was like going all crazy.
Oh, really?
You're like, cool, new feature.
When I was a kid. No, I don't remember what happened in my teenage years, but I remember like the 80s and stuff. There was like a lot of earthquakes. I remember being younger.
So with like
being afraid of it too, like so scared about earthquakes.
So does everyone have earthquake insurance, or is it too expensive to get there?
Too expensive to get.
I think most people don't.
It's tough. I don't know. It's like
who knows when it's gonna happen too.
Yeah. I guess like why would you pay that much? It doesn't happen really that often.
Yeah, but if it doesn't,
apparently it happens all the time though. Like if you go like through and stuff, like even up here, like there's like these little quakes like always happen.
You have the machine.
It's always happening. Yeah. So if your house gets damaged by an earthquake in California, you're pretty much fucked if you don't have the earthquake insurance, right?
Probably, yeah. If like your freaking house collapses and stuff. Usually seems like that's the time to rebuild though. It's like nothing but the old buildings.
Yeah, but think how much it is to like tear down, or even if it's already gone, you still have to like tear everything down and then rebuild it. You know, that's like devastating to a lot of people.
For sure. Most places now though, like over the last couple of years, are built to withstand earthquakes and stuff. I think things are built a lot better now.
Yep.
Yeah, they're saying, aren't they saying like in Seattle, there's like 90% of structures are not earthquake equipped?
We would be like hearing that we'd be annihilated if an earthquake were to ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
Millions dead.
I don't know about that, but
thousands dead.
I'm just putting my cats in a
and dozens dead
in a pillowcase, and I'm running outside.
No, it's scary stuff, man.
Yeah, I've never felt such a thing.
Earthquakes happen up here, and we're pretty ill-equipped to deal with it. So, like the one that they're predicting, I mean, from what I understand, we don't have to worry about the earthquake. Would be the ensuing tsunami that would come afterwards. That would be our worry. But I hear that everything on the other side of the 5 would be destroyed, and I would be safe in Kirkland.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what they say. But would a tsunami?
Come to my house. Go ahead.
Like I'm no expert. But would a tsunami,
I'll come to your house.
like because we live in a sound, would a tsunami? I have a feeling like the big earthquake would happen more off the coast.
Yeah,
you know, and so you would think that the mountains and everything would kind of shield from the tsunami, and so it would kind of break down what the tsunami would have been.
I'm pretty sure it would. That's why most buildings aren't.
It's not like we're on a coast.
Yeah, it's the reason why we don't have any waves. We have a sound and stuff. It just gets broken out before it hits the shore.
We're not like Florida where we're right on sea level, like far inland. Like you go like 100 feet inland and you have a sheer mountainside right there. That
by all accounts, Seattle would be fucked.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like the shore, like Pike plays. That would be.
But I guess that would take care of the homeless.
That might be.
Oh shit! I said it. I said it. I went there.
We're canceled. We're canceled. It's done. Pack it in.
Somebody had to say it.
Oh man.
Maybe that'll take care of those libs down there.
Fucking happened.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
And on that note,
I wish I had a canceled sound.
Yep.
canceled.
You can actually.
You're fired.
You can actually see the unsubscribers happening right now before your very eyes.
We have to have subscribers before we could unsubscribe. Do you guys fill another growler or no?
I'll take one more.
I'm good, honestly.
Okay.
Are you good?
Cool.
Yeah, I want to work out eventually.
Fuck working out.
Like in your life?
Yeah, I want things to work out more.
All right, so you're good on beer. Eric, do you want another growler?
We're at 220.
Or do you want me to just fill like half growly?
Maybe half. If it's just going to be us, let's just do a half growly.
Anything else we want to talk about? What do we got?
There's so much stuff I want to talk about.
I got a lot to talk about.
Like what?
We still have to do random questions.
Yep.
That's how we have to start closing out every show.
John,
questions.
Is there a certain time you have to leave tonight?
Not really.
All right, good.
I just didn't want a 4-hour thing.
All right, well, relax and have another beer and get comfortable.
Well, he doesn't have to have another beer. We don't want to force people to drink beer.
I do.
I will go grab another Mac and Jack growler.
I purposely messed up the Spider-Man time just so we can hang out. See?
Yeah. So what do you got,
That's
Eric?
what happened. I'm not really an idiot. I just really. It was all part of my master plan.
So what you got? You guys want to talk about a bunch of other stuff?
Yeah. Wait, what time are we at? 2:20?
Yeah.
I guess we can do like another 30 minutes or something. Our podcasts are usually like 3 hours, aren't they?
We like to keep them 2 hours. If you ask John, man, he'll say 6 or 8 hours.
True. It's probably a little much.
Because this is his house, so he doesn't
probably
care.
A little much.
Yeah. I like to stop them around like 2:30, 3.
All right, well,
2:10.
Figure out something to talk about.
Okay. Right now the CPU is using 38%. We're at 30 FPS per second. I always like to stop the podcast around this time because we don't have things to talk about. Oh, look who's here.
It's kind of hot in here.
Yeah, it's a little hot. The hotter it is, the better the sound. I guess so, yeah. The thinner air, you know, solar winds reflecting off of Venus. Yeah.
All right, so John, since you got this new computer, how about you talk a little bit about like the future setup the sandwich could be having?
So we can definitely get a higher bit rate and just higher FPS, I think, just in general.
It's all about them bit rates.
Yes. We'll be looking like Fox News next time. Just some high quality shit right there. And use John Mann's computer basically just for sound and everything like that. I'm also going to use it as my second computer for Twitch streaming, because if you're twitching, it's better to have like a second computer because all that OBS nonsense. A lot of people say you can Twitch with one computer, like it's not that big of a deal. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That OBS is going to eat up your processing speed, and if you know internet communities, they're going to complain about every little fucking thing they can complain about. So if your video is stuttering, they'll complain about it. So
yeah.
So I got this laptop for this podcast, and also for that we can separate the CPU usage a little bit and use it towards having a better 60 frames per second smoothness.
So is there like a better camera we could get that gives it like a, or is that camera good enough for, well, I guess we are in 720 right now, so
this one's good.
Yeah.
The only way we could really get better is if we got like a DSLR or some kind of
should we
bigger camera.
should we
I mean, eventually
If you want.
we want to go 4K, right? I mean, we want people to see how attractive we really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll win.
I want people to see my pores.
Hell yeah. But yeah, we would have to get a camera with like a lens and everything like that.
On a side note, John, I'm really liking your Johnny Depp style beard right now.
Yes. John Ladd can grow facial hair, as you can see.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, it's very Johnny Depp. I don't know if it's a safe bet to make in today's environment, being looking very Johnny Depp.
I look like a wife beater.
But it's fine. It's fine.
You know, okay, so speaking of wife beater, we had this beer, Olympia, a couple weeks ago, right?
Yes, we did.
Like we had this Olympia beer, and Eric made a comment of like, I just want to beat my wife right now.
I believe what I said was that my hand, drinking this beer makes my hand itch.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to punch something. Like I said.
All right, and then like
so check
really
this
gets
shit
you
out.
going.
Yeah.
I got a story to tell. I cleared it with the old lady too, just to make sure that this is safe to. And she looks great now. So, oh my god, it sounds so bad already.
Yes.
She's fine now, but
She's fine now.
She's fine now. No, so we woke up I think it was last Monday.
After drinking Olympia. After those comments.
I think it was the weekend after drinking the Olympia. Woke up last Monday, and then I got up, and kids are already on summer vacation, so kids are all just like, the young ones are already downstairs hanging out. I go into the garage to work out. This already sounds fake. I mean,
She falls down the stairs.
No, we have this elliptical machine, so I get in there and I try to do at least 400 calories a day, which is about 30 minutes. So I try to do it right before work. I do about 30 minutes. I can usually burn about 400 calories in that 30 minutes. I'm trying to like up it to more, but it's hard. It's like rough. But I don't even know if like 400 calories is enough to actually lose weight.
Well, 30 minutes of exercise is good for you anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, right? Any way you look at it.
Yeah. Any way you
So
look at it, if you're exercising, it's good for you.
I can do that and then at least go about my day and not feel bad about eating certain things. Probably. Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm just like keeping it. Yeah. So
keeping it real.
So I do that.
You're exercising. That's the point. It's good for you. Good
so
job,
I go
Eric.
out, and usually I listen to our podcast because I'm a fan.
You're our biggest fan.
I'm our biggest fan. All the downloads, all me, baby. No, I do this Blank Check, which is a really good podcast. If anybody out there likes movies and stuff, there's a podcast called Blank Check with Griffin and David, and they go over directors' filmographies and stuff. So like when a director makes a big film, right? Like when they do like a breakout success, they're pretty much given a blank check to do whatever passion projects they do after that. Yeah. And that's what the show is about.
Kind of like how Christopher Nolan, I'm sure, like he did the Batman series, and then he did Inception, and then he did that new war movie. Yes.
So like right now, I think I just got finished with the Shyamalan universe and stuff. I did Sixth Sense, and then he was pretty much given a blank check to make whatever shit he wanted to after that.
Complete
and a lot
nonsense
of it was shit.
That he had
right? So it's a good thing. So I'm out there and I'm running.
I mean, he did do like the Glass and the new one, but
yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff. Like I think he's kind of turning around a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to keep interrupting.
I saw Glass and I wasn't. It was okay. I was expecting so much more because it was like a sequel to Unbreakable and Split.
Well, what about the third one? Did you see that one yet?
Yeah, Glass.
Well, I mean, so what was the one before that?
The one before that was Split. So they had Unbreakable.
Split
wasn't really a sequel. They kind of the twist, because Shyamalan always has to have the twist. Mm-hmm. The twist is that it was an Unbreakable sequel the whole time.
Yeah,
was the twist, and then Glass brought them all together.
Okay.
And I was really excited about it.
Anyway, so you're working out.
Anyway, I'm working out.
Awesome.
I got the elliptical machine, right? So you know they got like the running things, and then you got like the bars like that. So you're just like, And then Emily comes out, and she's and I like look over my shoulder and see her coming out. I have my headphones on, and she's just like, so like this.
Yes. So
and I'm like,
for those of you that are not watching the YouTube.
Oh yes. I'm sorry. She has her face to her mouth. Right. And she's
hand to her mouth,
and she's clucking her head back and forth like a chicken. And I have headphones on, so I can't hear what's happening. It looks like she's laughing. So I assume my son is very.
You just start laughing at her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my son's very cute, and he does cute things, and it makes her laugh a lot. I assume Trent did something good, and like it was hilarious. So she's coming out to laugh about it. So I look back over my shoulder, and I see her doing this motion, and I'm like, "Oh, Trent must have done something." And I go back to running like that. Yeah. But then she comes out and she squats and there's just like blood everywhere. So long story short is what happened was I went out to run. We still like when we get up in the mornings and stuff, I don't start till 10. So we still have like a good, like 2 hours before we have to start work.
Yeah.
So she went up and started like hanging plants and stuff. And she's been like on a big plant kick. So we have like all these plants there. We have tomato plants on the deck. We have like all these spices like all over the place. And then she's been like hanging different plants. So she went upstairs to our bedroom to hang a plant like up above like where our bedroom window is, like right like across from where the bed is. She got up there on a bar stool and she went up to hammer it, lost her balance. And she says that she went forward and went face first. We have like, we have 2 dogs, which I've talked about in the podcast before. So we have the dog crates like right underneath the bedroom window. So she pretty much like face planted onto the dog crates. So like she busted her lip open right here. There was another cut right here and then another cut on her cheek.
Got a black eye.
And a black eye. It looked horrible.
She looked like she got the shit beat out.
I thought when she came out, like my immediate thought was that the dog like bit her in the face or something, or a rescue. It's kind of a punk sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes the kids will like touch his nose and he'll just be like, like he's like a little dog too, but like you know how like
his jowls go up.
Yeah, they curl. Mm-hmm. I thought that she got bit in the face or something. So she's like crying like hysterically, blood everywhere. I'm freaking out because I don't know. And she's like, oh my God, I think I like knocked my teeth out. Like it looks horrible. It's early in the morning. My son's out in the arm. I don't think my son was even out of bed yet. I think it was just my youngest daughter that was out there and the other kids were like asleep. So I walk in to try to assess the situation. I swear she pulls, like I'm trying to say, oh no, it's going to be okay, babe. It's going to be okay. Like, right, I'm like, everything's going to be okay. Like, it's probably not that hard. Yeah. Like, let me take a look at it. And then like she like removes it and I see the wounds. And I was like, oh, it took everything. But I'm like trying to be cool about it where it's like not to scare her. Yeah. But I was like, freaked strong out. I was like, oh my God, like we need to get this person to the hospital. So I'm trying to keep it cool and calm, and like I'm running upstairs and getting the other kids awake so like they can watch. I'm like, I gotta take her to the emergency room. So I'm like, trying to be cool about it. Everybody get up. So like I got the kids up and they're like, what? Emma I complain a lot about my oldest daughter Emma because like her boyfriend and stuff, but she like really took care of things while we left. So like she went like
she's a great girl, man.
Yeah, she made the other kids breakfast and made sure the other kids were calmed down and stuff because like nobody knew what was going on. It looked horrible. Like I had no idea what was going on at the time. I mean, long story short, everything was fine, but like face wounds, they bleed.
She got stitches too.
Yeah, she got stitches. So like I took her to the hospital. First off, my God. So my girlfriend is white, and I, for all intents and purposes, am Mexican. Yeah. So I took her in there. And she is just like bleeding all over the place. Looks horrible. Like the black eye starting to swell and come in. So she, like we walk in there and they're like, oh, what happened? And she's like, I fell.
They just look at you.
Checking us in, just immediately like beeline towards me. And I'm just like, oh.
Is this true, sir?
I was like making a point when I was talking to people to like show my hands. Just so you see that.
My like, non-red
cut hands. I'm just like, yes, I don't know like what happened. This is horrible. Look at me. But
just look really like spineless and like, honey, I would never hit you.
Well, for those of you that like don't actually know Eric, he is like the sweetest fucking won't hurt a fly person ever.
I would never do anything like this.
Unless a tsunami comes around and it takes care of a homeless population.
I'm the abusee, not the abusee.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yes.
Unless someone comes by with their cart and shoves you out of the way. And then he's going off.
Yeah. All right, so everyone's giving you weird looks, like the guy checking you out and stuff.
Yeah, I'm usually a good guy unless it's me talking about tsunamis annihilating homeless people. Other than that, we're cool. But yeah, so people are looking at me all weird. I mean, to this day, we haven't gotten the bill back yet, but like she had to go get like an MRI.
Oh, for like concussions and stuff?
Yeah, for the concussions. And then she had to get like a tetanus shot because the metal in the cages. Because she hadn't had one in a while. Yeah.
It's not clean.
So yeah, she got 4 stitches in her lip, which actually looks great. They didn't stitch up the other cut, so that one's kind of still like a little divot in there, like a little bit. And this one like pretty much healed. Her black eye's pretty much almost gone. Black eye. It's like so tough though, like going to her like in public and stuff. We get a lot of weird looks. Like
that so asshole.
So I guess I can understand where like people like Johnny Depp are coming from, like freaking where he's like, I think he's suing his girlfriend for defamation. That like
maybe she just fell.
Yeah, maybe she just did fell. Maybe she was hanging a plant and fell. In that case,
so like, how did that make you feel? Like being like pretty much like racially profiled just because of that, or let me say sexually profiled because you're a man.
Like it was my fault anyway because I should have been the one hanging that plant. Like right, because I went out and I worked out. I already felt guilty because I should have been the one hanging. This should have never happened. I should have hung that plant.
Well, you could have done it too. Same exact thing.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. But like now, I'm like taller than she is. Like I even went out, I rehung it afterwards.
Are you taller than Emily?
I didn't need.
You didn't even have to use the stool.
Stool. I could just do it on my own, which I did. Like afterwards, after the fact.
You didn't tell her. You're gonna like finish the project.
You didn't
or
do
you're
this.
just gonna leave that mess.
You didn't do this good enough. Let me show you how it's done.
Are you just gonna leave that mess? Or
yeah. But we have a good relationships, and needlessly to say that I've made a lot of spousal abuse jokes about it, which isn't funny at all.
No. So
here's another.
It's funny when it's not true.
Is that Mary played a prank on John Man too?
It was fucking terrible, man. So it was the day before 4th of July, and we're like, Mary's been talking to Emily to kind of figure like our plans out, like what we should bring or whatnot, and to see if it's actually happening because sometimes plans just need to fall into place. But anyway, so Emily texted Mary like pictures and stuff like this. So just so you know, like this happens. So don't think anything weird happened. This is what happened. Just to give us a heads up that way we know the situation. We're not like asking like the whole day or sitting there in silence like looking at Emily's face. My wife,
her beaten face
with her fucking sick fucking humor, decides to tell me that, just by the way, Eric beat the shit out of Emily. And I went in like dead silence for a while, and I was like, my Eric?
Right.
And she's like, I was like, Eric, my Eric. And she's like, yeah, Eric beat the shit out of Emily. And I was like, for like a fucking solid minute, was just dead silent. Like, I do not know what to do. I have to stop the podcast.
This is actually a good friend right here.
I have to stop being friends with Eric. Yes, like I can't associate myself with him anymore. He just beat the shit out of his fucking girlfriend. Like I'm trying to process everything that is going on. And
the sandwich is almost no more.
The sandwich was almost no more. This was almost just a fucking John bread.
You're about to get a text like, you fucking piece of shit.
Like this could have been like, so Eric is not on our podcast anymore. He's a big fucking woman beating piece of shit. Yes. But my wife
would have a dartboard behind us with your face on it, and we just like
my wife, being the terrible jokester she is, told me like later on, she's like, I'm just kidding. And I was like, you fucking bitch.
How long did she keep it going?
It was like a minute. It was like a minute and a half, but it felt like an eternity, man. Like you're one of my oldest friends, other than like the other few that I have that I've talked about on this podcast, like Manny Fresh, John Austin, and those people. You're like one of my oldest friends. I was like, I can't believe this fucking happened, and I have to like instantly. I cannot be Eric's friend.
Totally. And I respect
your whole world was shattering.
It was, man.
Mary
like,
was just
like me and Eric have me and Eric have like some pretty good history. Like we have been like back and forth on a lot of things. Like I have tried really hard to keep you in my life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because
hopefully it's a lot easier now to keep me in your life.
It is.
It was kind of tough back in the day.
It is definitely a lot easier. But like that joke was terrible. And it was a joke.
And I would be in the same boat. Like I love Mary too. That would be like a real soul searching situation if I found out like John Man beat the shit out of Mary or something. It'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
completely out of character.
What?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like so out of character. I was like, I know Eric doesn't drink that much anymore, but like how fucked up was he?
Mm-hmm. If Eric hasn't hit a woman Yet? Then he's never hitting a woman.
It's never happened.
You've been pretty wasted back.
No, but the thing is like, it doesn't matter how wasted or not you are, man. You know, like that shit is always going to stick with you no matter what.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, Marriage Joke was very bad, and I'm very glad.
That it was.
Well, like to segue from your reaction on how he felt about it, I just want to say that this podcast does not condone. We've joked about it, like on the Montucky episode, we've made a lot of jokes. Yeah. There's nothing funny about spousal abuse, is all I'm saying.
There really isn't. And if any one of us like did that thing, we would not.
Abuse of any kind, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, if one of us did that, they would be out. You know, we don't take that shit lightly.
Yeah. There's a lot of political views around here, but we all do believe.
If one of you was a lib, though.
If you want a line, that's probably our line.
Yeah.
We'll joke about it. We'll probably, like on this podcast, I mean, honestly, we don't know where the line lies, I guess, a lot of times. So, like, we'll make jokes about homeless people dying from tsunamis from time to time. Or weird stuff like that. But we're not. It's all said in jest. We're not serious.
Yeah. And we don't decide anything at all.
Yeah. Yeah, we really don't.
Montucky wasn't making my hand itch.
No, it was the Olympia.
It's pretty low alcohol quality in all those beers.
Yeah, it would take a lot to beat your wife on Montucky. I'd have to drink like a 30-pack of that one.
Well, I would make the argument too that it doesn't matter how much you've had to drink. If you have that violence in you, that's just what you have, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that alcohol brings that out in order for you to.
It exacerbates.
Well, you know, sometimes
exacerbates what's already there.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes they say, you know, drinking alcohol brings out the personality you want to be. Mm-hmm. You know, like let's say I'm not a very outgoing type, you know, but if I have a few drinks, I might be a little bit more outgoing, you know, but also it could bring out the violent side of people too.
It's true. I mean, it all depends on what you already have in you, though. That's my point.
Exactly. And you gotta know your limits. A
bad person's gonna be bad. Like
exactly.
I think during this whole that whole Brett Kavanaugh thing and stuff, like about rape and stuff, and just that argument and stuff, like of people getting drunk and like that coming out. I've been pretty fucking, in my younger years especially, I've been pretty fucking plastered. I have never been in that situation.
Like, let me take advantage of this passed out woman.
I've never even thought of that. Like that's just not in me.
Yeah.
So I think it's
for sure. You got to have that thought inside.
You have that
your
thought
head,
inside your head.
You should be punished.
You have to already be an aptly person just has that in them already.
Yeah. No, the complete lack of empathy to think, I'm going to go do this.
That's very true. It strikes me, you know, sometimes the lack of empathy in people is odd to me because I'm a very empathetic person.
Yes, unless we're talking about homeless people.
Hey, you're allowed to have empathy with homeless people. There's just a certain extent where it just shouldn't be acceptable anymore.
That's true. It's true.
You know.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
I agree.
You know, like there's
I mean, you make a good argument. Like it's all well and good, and you can say whatever you want until you have people camping out on your front lawn or your backyard.
Yeah.
Where your kids play.
Exactly. You know, and I just want people to think about that. You know, next time that you are very like super pro homeless and being able to support them, like you think about that if they were in your backyard.
For sure.
You know, you think about that just for a second.
And I have like stuff with my kids too, where it's like they've been through a tough situation before they came and live with me. So I'm like especially overprotective now. Yeah. So I don't fuck around with any of that stuff anymore. It's like better safe than sorry, motherfucker.
It's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy.
On me.
Take it on me. Take me away.
In a day or two.
Dude, that's a great
John Man and I kill it every karaoke, by the way. So next time we might have to do like maybe next week when we have our Uber thing off. Maybe we'll have to end it with some fucking killer karaoke. Yeah. John and I are famous for karaoke.
Are we?
Yeah. In my mind, we are.
All right.
All right. Is this the end?
This is random questions.
No, random questions. All right. If you go back in time to change one thing, what would it be?
Kill Hitler. Done. No. It would be strictly for my benefit because I don't want to mess with history because I don't know what's going to happen. So I'd just be like, hey, 14-year-old John or 10-year-old John, make sure your dad buys some Bitcoin, you fucking idiot. Because my dad was like, oh, it's not going to do anything. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's going to get to like $300 and it's just going to tank. And Idiot.
Bitcoin's like $10,000 like coin right now, right?
Yeah, it got up to like, I think it's like at 3,000 now.
Pretty
6,000
for sure.
I don't remember. I'd be like, invest in some shit. Don't get so many credit cards, you idiot. And that'd be it. And then he'd pass on those savings on to me.
Pass on the savings on to you.
Yes. But yeah, I wouldn't mess with history. I feel like that would just make things worse 99% of the time.
It's tough, right?
Yeah.
Because like if you were to change anything, you wouldn't be the person you are now. I guess.
Right.
That is
I feel
very
like
true.
I did fine.
So far.
I'd go back and warn myself of a couple things.
Would you?
To avoid certain people.
Like who?
But avoiding those certain people wouldn't give you what you have now.
But would I know Thurston if that didn't happen? I probably wouldn't.
That's true.
Or would you have four beautiful kids?
Or would I have 4 beautiful kids? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. We got to go through what we have to go through.
What about you, Johnman?
One thing in history that I would change, I would probably change, if I could, I would probably change the perception of Nikola Tesla. Of him being such just a fucking mad scientist type that no one believed a thing he said. And him getting fucked over by like JP Morgan and the guy from General Electric, Edison. Because I think he had the future in mind with like wireless energy.
Yeah.
Like I think our world would be a completely different world if we had free energy everywhere.
He's a genius, yeah.
Those damn capitalists.
We wouldn't have the need for batteries. We wouldn't have the need for power plants. We wouldn't that would bring us closer to a utopia that would have never been imaginable, and it's not imaginable now because of money, and money destroyed him. So I think that's one thing. I mean, it was crazy. It's like how money destroys a lot of things.
It's true. Yeah.
Because I mean, think about free electric wirelessly. You never have to have an engine in your car.
Mm-hmm.
You never have to charge your cell phone.
Are you saying that he figured that out?
He did.
And they stopped it?
He did. JP Morgan stopped it. Chase Bank, JP Morgan is the one that started that.
Direct current versus alternating current. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that invented the direct current. Current.
So you think
safe electricity?
Sorry.
For everybody.
I know. You're thinking about it right now.
No, but you think nobody could have figured that out by now? If that was true.
It's already been laid out, so it's like it's not.
Well, wireless energy is not
I
real.
think it's got.
It is very real. It was.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Well, not here. Well, I don't know. You have to ask Nikola Tesla.
I think that's a conspiracy theory.
No, it's definitely not a conspiracy theory.
I think it's
wireless energy.
I'm pretty sure it's proven.
Like,
it's proven that it can happen, man. But the thing is, like,
maybe I'm just going off of the movie The Prestige by Christopher Nolan. But
it's like
the movie about real magic.
The thing is, okay,
he ended up being.
Think about
twin.
all the stuff that Einstein didn't invent.
He didn't invent anything.
But he brought up theories, and he pretty much invented that.
He discovered things.
Discovered all the discoveries that aren't like public.
Like what?
Oh, they're not public.
I don't know. What?
So he has like 3 things that he's known for, but what about all the other stuff that he's not known for?
Either disproven,
what's his most famous was
Relativity.
Yeah.
It's true.
Or what if
energy?
What was that guy from General Electric?
Times
Fucking Edison didn't bury Tesla and pretty much take his ideas and monetize every little thing he did.
Yeah, a lot of people think he invented things, but Edison, he invented the R&D department.
Yes.
Is what he did.
Apparently, he was a patent stealer.
He was.
Yeah, he was the first one to be like, well, you made this in my building, therefore
it's mine.
It is mine because you made it in my facility. And he was the one that kind of...
Well, he
Steve Jobsed it really hard. Like, people always give Steve Jobs the credit where, like, he steered the boat, but he wasn't making the ship, you know?
Well, that's the big thing now, right? If you come up with shit and stuff like that. Well, you made it on our software, so therefore we own this company owns.
And that's absolutely, like, legally viable. Like, if you used all those supplies that this person owns and all my resources, and you invention. Discovered something, then it's the owners, not the inventors. Yeah.
It's tough.
That's why they say, oh, he invented the light bulb. Well, no, his people and his company and like the R&D department created like the most efficient light bulb.
Like the stuff he stole, he didn't even create like in his departments.
Yeah, he didn't invent things. He just made them more consumerly viable.
He just took them and tweaked with the patent a little bit. And
had the money to
with lawyers and this and that.
And secure that thing. So yeah, he was a genius, just not... He was smart, just not in the way... Yeah. He wasn't out there like, I gotta create this perfect glass for this light bulb, and I experimented with several substances. Like, you didn't think of those substances. Those were your scientists, your people.
I'd probably go back and bite the bullet and offer myself to Michael Jackson. That way that no other...
Get proof. Film it.
Yeah. No, that way no other kid had to suffer and people could remember Michael Jackson.
You just take all of his penis?
I would just take all of it and I would take it to my grave. And that way people would still remember him.
Remember him as
a good guy. I would bite that bullet for
you would take one for the team.
All the youth of the 80s, I would bite that bullet for
Macaulay Culkin.
You know, it's not proven, man.
And then that way...
it's not proven.
That way maybe Corey Feldman would be a fucking mess as he is right now.
Or dead.
Then why isn't Macaulay Culkin a mess?
That's true.
He
might be the new Joker, apparently.
A new Joker?
Joaquin? I thought it was Joaquin.
Wait, hold on. Isn't there... I did hear something about Macaulay Culkin, like being a...
I think he's being considered for the Joker, is the last thing I read.
Like, so in the DCU?
In the Robert Pattinson Batman movie.
Oh, in the Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's all separate, because, Joaquin's separate from that stuff happening. I heard that might happen.
That'd be interesting.
That's what I'd do. I'd save all these kids by offering my ass to Michael Jackson. And it should be all good. Because I'm like Jesus.
Who knows what could have been stopped if Michael Jackson was still like a figure? We would be way less cynical.
It's true. The guy can moonwalk though, so I gotta give him a pound.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can moonwalk.
Oh, I can't moonwalk.
The guy can moonwalk.
The guy can moonwalk.
That's what he was saying.
What is the best gift you have been given?
Life.
The gift of dance.
The dance?
The gift,
I guess life, right?
Of life. Yeah, look around you. In the whole universe, everything is fucking dead. Except you and some other molecules that are around you. In the grand scheme of things,
I appreciate
like just a couple of
time
atoms.
span and like the world that I was born into. Being a child of the 80s, I really like that. And being an American, I really like that.
Not being in a disease-ridden middle age.
Are you a real American?
I'm a real American. I figure we like being born where we are into the means that we were born into, where we can just do whatever we want. It's like it's a miracle. It's we won the lottery in life.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
We won the lottery and then won the best, like the championship lottery with all the champions, and then won that.
And
so
that's how
like
lucky.
Generations like 100 years ago, they thought the same thing though.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think the later, more futuristic you are, the better off. Yeah. Until, of course, like the inevitable apocalypse or whatever. Yeah. There's got to be some time in the future that's going to be kind of shitty.
Yeah, It's all point of view stuff. I'm sure there's countries out there way more free than we are, so it's all just point of view.
Yeah, people in the 50s, they were able to buy a house, but they died of like just smoking cigarettes every damn day and like of cancer, and they couldn't do anything. They just chalked that up to old age.
I guess I'm Generation Y. I probably would have loved it if I could get part of that Generation X motif and get in on real estate in Washington on the ground floor. A couple years earlier. Just a couple years earlier, could have made a killing out here.
Really could.
So maybe that. Maybe if I could just get born a little sooner, that'd be great.
Let's look for some outskirts area, man.
Growing up in the 70s instead of the 80s, I'd probably be able to. I'd be probably more in a position to retire one day. As of right now, I'm not.
All right.
All right. Third question.
Nope. This is gonna be a different way of doing it. I'm gonna give you a stopwatch. All right. Let's see here. Where's my stopwatch at? I don't know where it's at.
Hamburger.
All right.
Could really go for some burgers right now. Hungry.
All right, Eric.
Hamburger.
Yeah, we'll switch this up.
What's up?
Eric.
You're on the clock for
I'm on the clock.
30 seconds.
I want John to do this since he had such a problem filling the space while we were gone. Let me show you how it's done. Give me 30 seconds.
You're on the clock for 30 seconds.
Show you
at least have a topic.
The whole world is listening. What do you say?
Oh, just to say whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So anyway. God, I was hoping you'd give me a topic on here. Is this a random question?
Yep.
30 seconds
Yeah,
to say?
the world's
Is
attention
this what
for
you're
30
gonna
seconds.
say?
What
like,
would you say?
the recording's going right now, and you're just like
You have the
talking
world's
about...
attention for 30 seconds. I will stop it.
Oh, damn it. He's starting over.
I will stop it. You have the world's attention for 30 seconds. And here it is.
Speak now.
What do you
The
say?
recording's going.
In
The
three,
microphone's on.
2, 1, go.
First off, I think I know what a emergencies type lifestyle that we're living inside right now. And I know people are really like uptight about this whole Donald Trump thing. And we have like Democrats that are just like fucking just digging into this guy, just trying to get him on everything, like fucking on his taxes and fucking there might be a little bit of overreach there too. I totally admit that and stuff. And like, we want to get this
Done.
guy. I want to bring him in. What? That's
Done.
30 seconds?
30 seconds.
No, wait, I'm not done yet.
Nope. You only have 30 seconds.
No, I have an answer.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Headline: The
Damn
guy
it.
who is talking to
sorry.
the
I
was
world is a
going
fucking
somewhere.
idiot.
I have an answer. Okay,
That's
anyway,
done.
go ahead.
Done. Sorry.
Next.
30 seconds.
Damn it.
And then you see on CNN, the guy who was talking to the world is a bigot.
Anyway, I was going somewhere with that.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get that later. John, you
I
have
had an
30
answer
seconds.
that I was
The
gonna come
whole
back to.
world is in your hands watching you right now. 30 seconds. What do you say?
Go see Bill
3,
and Ted 3.
2, 1, go.
Go see Bill and Ted 3. Subscribe to the John Sandwich Show. That is the
Yeah,
John
boy!
Sandwich Show on iTunes, Spotify. We have really great content. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Solid Snake. It's Solid Snake, but said in Sean Connery's voice, so it's Solid Snake.
Solid Snake.
There's an underscore in there. Follow me, subscribe to me. I also have an Instagram. I'm just advertising. This whole
right.
bit is just advertising.
Bravo, man.
That's what you get value.
That's awesome.
You know how much they pay for 30 seconds at the Super Bowl? I would be like, I have 30 seconds to the world. Any company who wants it
I misunderstood
can
the
pay
question.
for it. I would honestly
you?
probably
though?
try and sell my slot to the highest bidder. Like Coca-Cola wants
For sure,
me
right?
to say something for
You got-
like $12 million.
That's John, right? It's like,
That's me.
You have this section, and like I'm gonna sell it to somebody else.
Yeah,
So
that's
they were-
very
and
in
make
character for me.
millions.
All right, so I have 30 seconds to save the world. If I had 30 seconds. All right, so
All
here it
right,
is.
John, man.
In 3,
I love
2,
this podcast.
Nope. Stop. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. What does he say?
Hello, everybody. This is John with the John Sandwich Show with the public service announcement. Everyone needs to relax, think a little bit, and have a little bit more scientific ingenuity
Ingenuity.
in their brains. We are here occupying the same space. We all here occupying and watching the same TV, and we all here watching the same podcast, which just so happens to be the John Sandwich Show. Thank you very much.
So
have a good night. Oh yeah,
you got the song John Sandwich Show in there, so it's good.
Bam, that's pretty good.
All right. All jokes aside, you can finish your statement.
Oh, I feel like we just need to like get over ourselves and concentrate on this next election. That's pretty much all I was going for.
That's good.
But would the world really, really want to pay attention to what you were saying if it was just talking about the United States?
That's true.
I think a lot of them
world
would
doesn't care about it.
Because the United States is like the cap on top of the pyramid. You know?
I guess as a broader
shit rolls downhill.
I would say subscribe to the John Sandwich Show.
All right. Yeah. We all agree. Like and subscribe to the John Sandwich Show. See that? See, guys? We are the world's voice. Are we? No, we're not.
We are the world.
We are like a small denomination of the world's voice.
We are the children.
We are the children.
We are the ones that make a better day. So let's start giving.
All right, guys.
And on that note,
if you had to work, but you didn't need money, what would you choose to do?
probably be some kind of YouTuber or streamer, just so I could just hang out, play video games, and have a presence.
Paint, probably just paint.
Yeah, be a painter. Yeah. Probably spend my time trying to make a comic book or a novel.
Yeah.
I think that would be good.
I'd do something creative like that for sure. Like even if I didn't have to work and stuff, I'd try to.
What about you? Make an album?
I'd be doing this.
Huh? Podcasting?
Oh, yeah, that's good. No, me too. Me too. I'll be potty.
I'd be doing this.
Imagine that, to never have to worry about money again and just pod and stuff.
Pod every single day for a few hours.
That'd be great.
Yeah. That would be great.
That's the dream right there.
It's my dream. All right.
All my life, I've kind of had like you try to have like a little bit of outlets and stuff. I think this has kind of occupied that space now and stuff. Just like band stuff was like a way for me to just get away and be me for a minute, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And hang out with people, and we had drinks and stuff. We had fun. This is kind of serving that same purpose, like just hanging out. And it's fun to do, and we get to sit here and talk. And how often do we don't ever just call each other on the phone and talk like this?
No, got
for hours.
Those days.
Yeah.
So like,
what doesn't exist anymore?
Right.
Does this scare you in a different way of band? Because band, you're expressing yourself through music and notes and tones and maybe a little bit of aggression and lyrics and all that stuff. But does it like scare you, like expressing yourself like vocally, like with your own opinion to the world versus like what could have been in the band? Does that make sense?
Yeah. As far as like with the band, it's a single entity, right? So it's like all of us working together, and there's no like big opinion. Like we try to keep a cap on. I mean, we've had problems with like people being overly vocal on social media.
Yes.
In the name of the band.
Yeah.
And it's been like, well, we don't all agree with this statement that you're putting out there.
Yeah.
Like, this makes us look horrible.
Yeah.
Like, so there's always like that stuff. Like, I think as a band and stuff, you're four people trying to throw out one single voice at the thing. Whereas here, we're three different personalities just fucking splashing our different points of views at each other.
Yeah.
And I think it all like makes sense. I think maybe as far as comfortability goes, where like I feel comfortable with you guys and like I can say whatever we want. We have pretty dark senses of humor sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I think I don't worry about what we can say on this podcast. Sometimes I worry about saying stuff that we can't say, I guess, because so comfortable and such a weird sense of humor. I worry about putting out something dark into the world, I guess.
Yeah. That someone will take seriously.
Yeah, and I guess that's where it's kind of it draws a line.
This is a satire, I guess, by the way. It's a satire. Like we're not always serious here.
Parody.
We put out a lot of weird shit here. We do have like a lot of points of views, and I think like we're all
it's not all satire.
No, it's not all satire. We all make like really good points, but when we're joking about like some fucked up shit sometimes, like sometimes stuff to come up, we're not serious.
Yeah.
At least I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I
guess
had that Nazi rant the other day that on our podcast and stuff.
Nazi rant?
He was probably pretty serious about that. No, I'm just kidding.
we're talking about the Latino John, by the way, not John Mann. Latino John. But, just joking. See, dark sense of humor. So when you say stuff like in a band sense, like you have... It's just a band, and people perceive that a little bit differently. So you have 4 people. So of course you don't want to be like, oh, that band is terrible. But when you say something on a podcast, it directly affects you,
right?
And your opinion.
Obviously, we said some pretty fucked up shit in our band days, like just to make each other laugh. Right. But you can't really be like this.
Good thing I'm not running for president.
Yeah, when you're sending all this stuff in the ether, you can't be that way.
I mean, you can. I mean, but you're allowed to have opinions and jokes. But I think you definitely. Censor yourself a little bit more. I'm not saying like we need censored, because I don't think any of us are really bad people. We don't have we're not bad people for sure, at least in my mind.
Sometimes I feel like because of my ethnicity I have a pass on certain things I can say. Maybe that's not true, maybe it's not, I don't know.
No, I feel like because of my ethnicity, like I'm able to give more of an opinion, because like we're in a change of demographics right now to where it's not okay for me to say those type of things.
Yes.
And I think to be able to change the mold, sometimes you have to say them. Does that make sense?
It's kind of weird, right? Because we're so everything's making such a turn towards like liberalness and stuff like that, but it almost seems like people are more sensitive now.
Oh, they are. Oh yeah, they are.
For sure.
It is definitely, we are definitely in the snowflake community right now.
Isn't that weird though?
And where everyone has to have like their safe place and their groups, and like it's like the LGBTQ community turned into like the whole alphabet community, and their language, what was that called? Their markings, I guess you could say, is like this long. Instead of LGBTQ, it's LGBTQT. S, you know, SPF, all that other stuff.
60.
You know, like, and I really feel it does a little bit of disservice to that community to have. Of course, you want to be recognized as a part of the community, but do you really want to separate yourself so far out from the community that you get hatred for it? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Agreed. Yeah.
It's hard.
It is hard.
You know, it's hard to be heard, but you want to be heard, but it's hard to be heard without being outlandish and not being too over the top.
So why do you feel like, John, you're younger than either of us are, really, in this day and age of like Japanese tentacles and all sorts of like weird things going on? Why are people so sensitive now?
Because it seems like people are sensitive because we've solved the shittiest problems. Stuff like...
So now, like, the bigger stuff seems like more manageable now.
Yeah, the bigger stuff has been managed because those are the shittiest things. So we can...
the pettiness of it all?
We can focus on, quote-unquote, smaller issues that are not small issues. Calm down.
Or is it because everyone has a voice?
Comment. It's because there's just...
We're obviously different kinds of people than other people out here. But honestly, I feel like...
like every generation complains about the younger generation having it way too easy. And they complain about shitty things. But it's like they grow up in this arguably better area, better society, hopefully.
Yeah.
That they find new weak links, you know? And those weak links might not be as important in the mind of someone else, but they're still weak links, you know, and you gotta work on them. It's like society solved like some of our most basic things, like running water. Like we don't have to, like, yeah, a caveman can bitch about how people bitch about like, oh, my beer's not good or something when they had to walk 10 miles to go get drinking water.
Yeah.
We have the luxury of only concentrating on the most mundane things in life.
Yeah, but that's good. If we're complaining about less important things, that means our society is getting better as a whole. We're not complaining about like JD Rockefeller that owns literally fucking everything and stuff like that.
Is it because people have more of a
like
voice
separated.
Too? Like people have a voice now too? Because like instead of like
a voice can be heard a lot louder.
You know, in the 80s and 90s and even early 2000s, like you had to physically speak to someone to have that voice. Now you could type something on the internet
and anyone can see it.
And anyone can see
on
it.
On Reddit, yeah.
And millions of people can see it. You know, so now people that never had a voice before now have a voice.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's good overall.
Yeah. And I think like even if people aren't really getting their voice out there, I think it's enough that people feel like they're being heard, I guess. Maybe that'll stop so many fucking school shootings and shit. If people just have a way to get their opinions out there.
Yeah, you know, that is hard, man. Like this whole school shooting thing that's like ravaging America right now. Mm-hmm. And shootings in general, actually. And that, you know, sometimes you have to question, is it the feeling of being left out? Because they don't have that voice.
It is.
You know, because like of the pressures of social media and all these other media outlets that we've been given is putting a lot of pressure on these younger kids to have acceptance within their social media community that they didn't like, that we didn't have to have before. If you were an outcast, you were an outcast with maybe one other person. Now
I think it's kind of the same thing as my previous point though. Like I feel like I've been I felt alone a lot in my younger age and angry, and I think just being a teenager, being a male teenager, just angry, like just unreasonably angry sometimes and stuff. But I've never thought about shooting a place up. I don't know what it takes to do something like that.
A lot of emotion, that's for sure.
For sure. It's tough. I don't know. You're from a different generation, John. What do you feel about that? Have you ever felt like just taking a gun and just being like,
no,
everyone shut up?
No.
I'm going to go doom on you right now in 60 FPS and perfect 4K.
Like I know this was like a topic during the Columbine with Marilyn Manson's like albums and stuff like that, like influencing shooters. But do you think like modern day media, like having like video games being so realistic and so engaging, that it can actually have a little bit of a physical effect on like the people playing them?
I can see that for sure. I think it could make you angry, but I don't think it could make you do something.
Are you all right, John?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it'd make you do something as crazy as what we're talking about right now. Like
no.
I agree that.
But do you think it can numb the mind a little bit towards it?
Maybe.
Like if you grew up playing Grand Theft Auto 5, it's been out since 2013, and you were 5 years old playing it.
It's tough to say, right?
And now all of a sudden you're 9 years old.
What were the video games the Nazis played again? Like it's tough to say.
We had Super Mario when we grew up, and now we're playing realistic.
I think
satire games. You know,
if anything, it does the opposite effect for a majority of people. Like if you see how shitty war is, you're gonna be like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I think if you're a fucking psychopath and you were raised by psychopaths, you're gonna be like, yeah, I want to fucking kill things and I want to be in danger for my life, my whole life. But I think for a majority, and they've kind of proved this with a lot of research, is that it kind of does the opposite effect. Like if you play a game about doing drugs, like Grand Theft Auto and stuff, usually it's going to depict,
it'll dull it a little bit.
Yeah, it'll depict what drug dealers are actually like, or drug users are actually like, which is not good.
Right? Yeah.
And if you see that, you're going to be like, well, I don't want that. If you see like someone getting shot by some random bullet taken into the head and dying in a second, not even knowing what happened, you're gonna be like, well shit, that if that happens in a video game, that can happen in real life war, where it doesn't matter how good you are or how amazing of a shot you are, shit just goes awry and you're fucking dead.
Well, okay.
I think in that way, when I was a youth,
stops people.
And I might give it up to Nancy Reagan and the whole DARE program. I was always scared to do drugs. Like, if I do this, I'm gonna die. Like that was always.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yes, okay.
That was always put
video games.
Yes,
yes. There are those thoughts, but let's just say, and I'm getting let's just say there's not a lot of parental influence there.
Finish your thought. One more random question and we'll call it good.
There's not a lot of parental influence in there. So what does separate the video game from the child? What if it glorifies drug dealers? What if it glorifies the killing? What if it glorifies everything you're doing? So how does that want to make a kid not do those things in real life if you're getting glorified for doing it in video games?
Most games aren't going to be allowed to be put out if MSRB doesn't allow it. So like if they do glorify those things, they're gonna hit it with a hefty like age rating, which that doesn't stop kids.
It doesn't stop anything.
It doesn't stop some kids from getting it, like their parents will still buy it, but like you can't as a child buy a rated M for mature game by yourself. So like,
well, I know it goes down to the parents, but let's just say they do get this. Like what separates that point of view for the kid?
What do you mean?
So if you're glorified, like you said, you see these drug dealers dying in the game, but what if you're the drug dealer and you're not dying? You have all this money, you have all these guns, you have all these women, you have everything you could ever need in this video game, but in real life you don't have that. So what's going to stop this kid from growing up and thinking, I need to be this drug dealer, I need to be this killer, I need to be this womanizer? Like, if they don't have a parental influence and they grew up on those type of video games that glorify those type of things that from a mature rating, like
that could happen, but
your job as a parent,
majority of people aren't.
Well, I'm saying there's no parental influence. There's a lot of parents that like cannot manage like what their kids do because they have to work to put food on the table.
$50 game though. Like, you gotta. Somebody's gotta buy this kid
someone's
this game.
gonna get. So maybe he goes and steals the game.
That's true.
Like there's plenty of scenarios. And I'm just playing devil's advocate right now. And,
that's your job. That's your job. That's devil's advocate.
I'm not trying to piss people off. I'm just, trying to dive a little bit deeper in like people's thoughts. What is to stop that?
I think what is the feeling? Glorify that, but I feel like if we took all violence away, I feel people would be more numb to violence, if anything.
Or would they be more shocked because they've never seen violence before?
Yeah, but they wouldn't. They would never see violence,
man.
but
they're very shocked in that movie. Yeah.
If someone dies on the street or dies on a show, they're like, "Oh my god, what was that? What did I just watch? Like, why is that happening?" Instead of like seeing it every single day on every single TV show, every single video game, every single music, rap video, rock song you ever hear, there's someone getting shot. Do you really care anymore? Like, I feel more if I watch the news and I see a dog die, I'm gonna be fucking heartbroken. But on the news, if someone dies just like, getting shot by, whatever it is, or ran over by a car, it's like, yeah, okay.
Either they know or don't show.
Because why?
Just don't care about what's going on.
You know why? Because you don't see dogs dying every single day on news or video games. You see people dying all the time on video games and news and books and this and that.
And I think that's legit why when you watch in a film a pet dying,
you're gonna cry.
It's way worse than
how many times have you seen a human die on shows and not cry? How many times have you seen a dog die on a movie or TV show and you cry?
That's true. It's a good point. Why? Why do we care more about animals than we do about our own game?
It's because we don't see animals die that often.
It's true.
We're not numb to it. We don't see the cows getting slaughtered when we eat them, or the chickens or the pigs. We just go and show up to the grocery store and buy it, and then we eat it.
I know. We had as I said, we watched Stranger Things 3. There was a big death at the end of the season.
Don't spoil.
I won't spoil it.
Don't even hint.
But there was not a dry eye in the house this morning because we did it over the past 3 days. We binged 8 episodes. I think it's like 8 hours and stuff. We binged over the past since 4th of July. We kind of just binged all throughout the day, and then got to the last one today. Everyone was crying over a human death.
That's fine.
Human.
That's fine.
Human. This is the song that we play when we're done with the podcast. Yeah.
It sounds like we're surfing, but like on drugs.
Yeah,
like
man.
on LSD, but surfing.
Hell yeah, motherfuckers. I want to thank everybody for joining us on this episode of the podcast, the John Sandwich Podcast.
It wasn't our longest, but it wasn't our shortest.
This is
That's what she said.
Yep, we didn't go in with a plan on this one. This is kind of just shooting the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good one though.
We didn't have papers. We had papers, but
we had some notes. I got some notes right here.
Yeah.
130 to 134. You guys won't see that.
No. Cut that out, please. Dear God. I don't know if I can get in trouble for what I revealed.
Yeah, we usually don't. We usually don't say. We usually do the unfiltered, uncut, unedited.
Nobody's watching anyway.
But if it's going to put our jobs in jeopardy, I will cut that shit out.
I don't think it will. In my personal opinion, you can still have it taken out. But
the whole.
Well, I don't want another thing to cut out. Yeah. So let's just stop it there. You could always follow us at the John Sandwich 2 on Twitter, obviously on YouTube. All you listeners out there, thanks for listening. Honestly,
iTunes, Spotify,
the
homies.
The best way to get a hold of us, if you're listening, is just on Twitter. So follow us and respond on Twitter. We have random questions. Ask your random questions. That would be awesome. For your YouTube people out there, just comment in the comment section. And we'll probably harass you. Or we won't. I don't know. Depends on how good your comment is.
Yeah. Like, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Smash that like button, bro.
Give us any questions you want. We'll talk about it on the podcast.
Hit that bell.
What is it? The notification squad? You want to join the notification squad? Huh?
Make sure to turn on notifications.
Yeah. Like, comment.
Oh, you do. John has a new computer, so he's going to be liking and subscribing.
I'm going to be liking all over that shit. Liking everywhere, all over the walls.
But once John's Twitch stream does come live, we will start putting a link in that below so you can watch him play some video games.
Yeah. With you guys hopefully behind me talking about nonsense.
Yeah.
We do like talking about nonsense.
This is on you play, we'll talk about nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this will be live, so none of your usual talk about crackers, Eric. The racist white people rants that we always have to cut. Hate them.
I know.
Just kidding.
One day it's gonna be
next week we might have a couple of your famous fast food sandwiches right here.
Oh yeah, so that's gonna be a good one.
Eat them up, taste test.
That one I think I'll be able to spend 4 hours on.
We're talking
I'll have,
Whoppers.
Food right in front of me. I'll be.
Oh, you're hungry right now.
Full.
That's your problem.
We're talking Whoppers. We're talking Big Macs. We're talking
Jumbo Jacks.
It's all going to be here.
Yep.
What does Wendy's have? What's Wendy's have?
The Baconator.
Baconator, flamethrower. I always get that one.
I have a Wendy's and a Burger King next to me, so I can go grab those for sure.
Oh, awesome, dude. I fucking love Burger King. Anyway, till next time, the John Sandwich Show.
What's our acronym? John.
JSS?
JSS.
All right, we love you guys.
Love you too.
Pick it up.
Peace.
Till next time, have a sandwich.
Eat it up.
Have a sandwich on me. Hot. Cut. Cut it, David. Cut it now.
Look at Abraham Lincoln surfing on a surfboard, baby.
And car talking.
John Man's gonna hit stop recording. He's gonna hit stop recording. Thanks for watching the John Sandwich Show.
You believe that once I had a beer for you.
Abraham Lincoln, baby.
Did you know that when it grows, my lips
become light and the eyes unshaded be a scene? Oh, baby,
I like
a battle that'll sandwich on the rose on the plane.
Mac and Jacks, we love to drink in the thing all the day.
And now that your sandwich is in bloom, the light kissed the doom on the plane. Na 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 na.
Lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise. We really like the mayonnaise, mustard, and rye. The bread.
Make sure, baby, gotta make sure you add that mayonnaise on.